Toucher.
Yes, I finally shaved my nuts.
And Hardy.
Who, me?
Just hanging around.
On 98.5.
Anchorman, heard about you.
Yeah.
We're Costco guys. Of course we go shopping while eating a chicken bake.
That's gross.
Not a great cook, but I do cook.
When I asked him about the sides.
Kick them in the balls.
I don't care about it, but it's not good behavior.
Blaze Bailey is omitted.
Toucher and Hardy.
We're the best friends that can be, my buddy and me.
On 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Let's go.
Or tickled.
All right, Jay Stu. Thank you very much. Good morning. Welcome to Toucher and Hardy. Thank you to Andy Hart for those headlines.
If there had been headlines like, I don't know, Red Sox won 5-0, France and Morocco play the final World Cup game in Foxborough this afternoon, they would have been brought to you by East Coast Metal Roofing. Right now, during their Beat the Summer promotion, Sports Hub listeners get 10% off the cost of a new roof. Call East Coast Metal Roofing and never replace your roof again. 844-611-ECMR or EastCoastMetalRoofing.com. Nailed it.
Now, let me tell you something. Those headlines you just did were perfect. On a
thank you.
day like today, Red Sox won 5-0. Final World Cup match at Boston Stadium takes place today. Anything else? Anyone? No, we did it. Its primary benefit to me is a break from actually having to fill content for that time. So if you want to make them longer, a la John Wallach, and start talking about, just out-of-market baseball and, go with, anything that is developed, NBA G League, feel free to throw that in. But in terms of what had to be hit on, you just hit on it. It's done.
Do you think he felt that shot across the pond?
I do.
I hope he did. I hope it.
Dylan Cease carried a no-hitter into the ninth until the San Francisco Giants broke it up.
Didn't know there was animosity here. Right out the gates.
Oh,
I thought I got out of animosity.
Is it the absence making the heart grow fonder, or is it out of sight? Thank God. I think
feels like the latter.
That's the phrase, right? Out of sight.
I'm in with John next week, though, so I don't want to take too many shots. He might call me Phil again or something like that. But.
Did he call you Phil?
Yeah, you were here. You called me by the wrong name multiple times.
What an idiot.
What's more hurtful, a guy called you Phil or the guy who was here doesn't remember him calling you Phil?
No, so I'll say, Phil Perry. I'll take that. Phil Perry, good-looking guy, much younger than me. Absolutely, I'll take that.
100% I see it.
Yeah, absolutely. You must get that a lot.
You're like the sketch artist version of Phil Perry.
Yeah.
Remember Tom Brady's trial?
All right.
You are the court artist version of Phil.
We are off.
You're the Six Flags caricature artist
I can take
version
shots
of
at
Phil
myself.
Perry.
I don't need you two clowns doing it.
All right. Paul Perillo and Andy Hart are both here. What this is a 2016 maybe Patriots.com pre-game social and post-game reunion.
Yeah.
Is that 2016?
Sure.
What was your last year at Patriots.com?
18, I think. 2018. What was the other one? The Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl.
Yeah.
18.
Okay.
2018.
All
Left right after, shortly after that.
So I was there for the 17, 18.
You were definitely there in 18.
Okay.
I know
All
that.
right. But only 1 year, mercifully, with Andy Hart as
That's hurtful.
co-host.
Really?
Well, it was, yeah. What?
So you only had 1 year with Andy?
Oh, yes, thank God.
Oh.
Why do you keep saying that?
It was just the 1 year because you're awful.
You're
and
a
you
lot.
know it.
You are a lot.
You're a lot.
Wow.
You're a lot.
You're a lot.
I'm not a lot.
Yeah, you
I'll just sit over here and be quiet and do headlines.
But it was also.
Oops, missed that. What does it say I do here?
It was quite the change up going from Andy Hart to Mike Dussault, who is the sweetest. He's just a sweetheart.
Such a nice guy.
He is such a nice guy.
I heard you had him on yesterday. Your friend Mike, as Fred calls him.
Yeah, I'm afraid at some point he's going to ask to get paid. We've used him a lot. Out of the goodness of his heart, he's willing to do it. But at some point,
Can't get him a gifty?
yeah. Well, I'll take him to Top Golf again.
Get him a metal
It'll be
roof.
fine.
Get him a metal roof.
Well, in order to get a metal roof, we have to make sure the sponsor is taken care of. In order for the sponsor to be taken care of, the headlines have to be done.
I actually helped the sponsor. It was a little later in the 6 o'clock hour, so the late arriving crowd that just woke up, boom, I gave them a bigger audience.
Or the people that have just been conditioned to tune out Wallach's headlines.
Exactly.
We're actually listening this time.
Absolutely.
I spoke with my daughter on the way in this morning, who is in the same city that Wallach is in right now. They are both in London. And I asked her if she had run into John Wallach and his family. Now, my daughter, who does not care about what I do for a living, number one. Number two, by virtue of that, does not listen to the show. Only knows John Wallach from meeting him a couple of times. And then she was in here a few weeks ago just to drop something off at the station. But to see John Wallach in his natural habitat in here, and was absolutely mortified at the way he was treated and spoken to by his co-workers and colleagues. And she said to me afterwards, she's like, why are you guys so mean to Wallach? I'm like, what? What are you talking about? She sat in here during a couple of segments, and it was just the normal conversation. She thought we were completely out of line. Then Beetle, like off mic, said something to the effect of, shut up, Wallach, when he was just having he was just trying to talk to somebody else. She couldn't believe how mean we were. So I said, hey, have you seen John Wallach? You're walking around merry old London. And she said, no, but if I do, I'm going to be nice to him.
Wow.
Yeah,
sympathetic Wallach.
Well, she's sympathetic. She has sympathies toward Wallach, yes. I don't know if he's earned it or deserves it, but that's the case.
Your daughter sounds very nice.
She is.
Kind soul, kind heart.
Yeah, she didn't get that from me.
No. No, she doesn't.
Absolutely not.
Not my thing. So I'm glad you guys are both here. Andy, you not thrilled with the hour.
No.
This is
my
not.
watch just told me now to turn sleep focus off, and I've been up 2 hours getting. This takes years off your life. It's been a long time since I've done this shift, and I forgot how abysmal the getting up part is.
When did you ever do this shift?
Well, not on this station. Yeah, there is another station. I know most people don't know, but there is another station.
You did. What were you morning? Were you filling in mornings on EEI?
Yeah, in the old days, and I mean, obviously,
when?
Do you need the date?
Again, not like
it's going to be a shot.
Not a regular listener, so I don't know. But were you like filling in like right when you left Patriots.com? Or
I was probably still on Patriots.com at the time. I did shifts.
And they would have you in to do fill-in on mornings?
Fill-ins in the mornings. I did a lot of fill-in. Yeah, it was awful. Or even through a phase there with, I don't know, Callahan didn't love me, but with Callahan and others, and I don't know. They went through various phases of that show.
I don't remember you being on.
You were on with Jerry?
Yeah, once or twice. He didn't care for me.
You guys, I know Jerry a little bit. Used to work with him at the Herald. You guys, not a good mix.
It didn't.
No,
that was probably like twice in 1 week, and then, don't have him in again. And then they didn't.
Wow. Okay, but Paul, you're fine with this. Now, you and I both have the benefit of like old man sleep habits.
Definitely.
To where, kind of like to get up early anyway, and that doesn't really bother me. And I thought this job would be a piece of cake because I said it out loud enough times. It's like, I've always gotten up early, even since I was a kid. I love getting up early. So to me, there's no problem. There's a difference between getting up at 6 and getting up at 4 or 4:30,
or doing headlines at 6,
or I would say getting up at 6, having coffee, quality time with the dog, watching a little news, and then getting up 90 minutes earlier than that, and it's like, oh, you're out the door in 15 minutes. Go.
Yeah, I do that almost every day. I'm an early. I have dogs, puppies that get up very early, sometimes 5:15. But there's a difference between, as you said, coffee, the dogs are running around, I'm sitting on my butt, I turn the TV on, and shower, bathroom, car, driving, going. This is awful. 5:30 early.
Shower, Hardy. I told him about.
Well, he told me not to shower.
Did you shower this morning?
I did.
Rookie move.
It wakes me up.
He got mad at me once when I did that.
You know who showers in the morning?
Wallach.
You saw that coming.
He does.
You don't need a shower to kind of get everything like woken up and going? And
I shower immediately before bed. right to bed, and I had the clothes laid out and everything. For
Yeah,
the
that
next
doesn't wake you up the next morning.
Nothing's going to wake. I've tried showering in the morning. It doesn't work.
And how do you handle the significant other? Like, are you super quiet? Is everything?
Oh, yeah.
Do you put clothes out in a different room and that whole thing?
I did
Well, we
today.
have a palatial master suite, which now is referred to in the parlance of our times, the primary suite.
Okay.
Master suite is
Racist.
Yeah, that's okay.
No.
That got canceled.
Microaggression.
Horrifically racist. You can't say that
Okay.
anymore. But no, we do. There is enough space between the bed and the again cavernous walk-in closet to where I can walk in, shut the door, turn the light on, and not wake her up.
Yeah, I had my phone light on, and I was like looking at underwear, socks, going through my drawers and stuff.
You can't. No, again, rookie mistake. You gotta lay that out. the
well, I'm a rookie,
Hardy,
basically.
Hardy, I told him last night. He was texting, already bitching about having to be up so early, and I said, "Listen, pro tip:
I was sitting by the
take
fire
a shower
pit
tonight
at like 8:30
for all
with
the
my
warm
kids.
reason when you came in. You should have taken a shower. See, out doing stuff like I was in bed by this time.
But what else do you do when you live in Dartmouth?
No, that's true.
You got to have the fire pit, and you got to do stuff outside and look at nature
We
because
do have a lot of nature trails.
yeah. What else do you do? South Coast, is that how you refer
Well, I mean,
to it? Is
yeah,
that
it's
where
the
you
South Coast, Farm Coast in some parlance.
Oh, okay.
Farm Coast, but
What else do you have down in Dartmouth,
you got
Mass?
beaches, you got water, and anything water related. You
Are
go
they
down to the
nice
harbor.
beaches though?
Oh yeah, we have a number of nice beaches.
Yeah,
yeah.
That you have people with second homes down there.
Oh, lots. Yeah. That's kind of an annoyance, actually, as it becomes more popular and you do the population increase in the summer and all that crap.
Yeah,
That's kind of annoying.
but there's not a lot else going on there. What's
But what do you want in the summer other than nice outdoors, couple restaurants,
Yeah,
a
but-
yacht club, a beach, or
Yeah.
whatever?
Where's the closest movie theater?
In Dartmouth, at the mall. There's a North Dartmouth Mall.
I do. Never been.
It's a very popular mall.
Yeah, I bet.
Although if you're under 18, they just put in like restrictions. You got to bring a parent with you to get in.
Metal detector as well.
It seems like we're going down that road.
Are there anchor stores left at the North Dartmouth Mall?
Well, they replaced the Sears
Yeah, of course.
with Aldi and Burlington Coat Factory.
Okay.
And Macy's is still on the other end.
Oh, you had a Macy's.
Yeah. I think there's a
It's legit.
It's a legit city.
J.C. Penney in the center down the back end.
Okay, venturing
Okay.
back off into fringe territory.
Yeah, all right.
It's a very popular mall. I haven't been in a long time because I hate malls, but it's a very popular mall.
All right. So
Why are you mocking Dartmouth?
just because
Because he doesn't think it
Ignorant
exists.
people like you, just stay away. It's beautiful. All y'all, just stay away.
I've been there.
Yeah, you complain it's off the end of the earth.
Well, it's a long way away.
Yeah, it is.
But I live a long way away the other way, so I don't it is.
What are you
it is.
doing, Peabody?
I'm more inclined. And now I
North Shore Mall.
yeah, I was gonna say yeah, you got malls.
The Salem Country Club is in Peabody.
We got the Allendale Country
They had
Club.
a U.S. Open there. I mean,
You've
how many
been to
US Opens
Allendale.
They had at Allendale.
Allendale Country Club?
Yeah.
No,
You must.
I just told you I haven't.
Well, you're lying.
Okay.
I figured
Sit-
I would curry favor with Hardy. They had a U.S. Open there.
I don't think
At
they did.
Allendale,
No, at the Salem Country Club.
Oh, we're all over.
a
The
U.S. Senior Open there.
They
that
had
I
a
attended.
regular U.S. Open there too.
Oh, what year?
I don't know.
Okay.
There was a
Sa-
retrospective in the local paper.
Salem Country
Couple
Club
weeks ago.
is lovely.
It's
and
beautiful.
and one of the best logos in all of golf. But you don't have to ask how nice Salem Country Club is. The members will tell you without prompting.
Without question.
and what's its logo?
It's a
Witches or
witch.
something?
It's a witch. It's
that's
a witch
pretty
and
cool.
it's a witch and a broomstick.
And just so you know, it is in Peabody.
Well, I'm
not,
fine with
not
that.
in Salem.
The New Bedford Yacht Club is in Dartmouth. I play those games.
Do you know the area pretty well? The Salem, the Salem Country Club area, and like where Kernwood Country Club is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
So we had to kind of like go through there. We were in Marblehead on the 4th of July. We have friends who live up there, and we spent the day at their beach club that has a pool.
Speaking of, they'll tell you.
Yes, that was the pool was closed because somebody spilled a glass on the pool deck on Friday night before the 4th of July. So everybody come out to the beach club for the big 4th of July festivities. You just can't go in the pool. I'm like, well, this sucks. So we're leaving, not as early as I would have liked to, but we're driving home. I'm like, I'm not going anywhere near the Esplanade. We got to get back to, Canton Country. let's take the big loop around, and it looped us through Salem. And as we were driving through, I was looking for King's roast beef. And I desperately
That's right near where you were.
I know.
Yeah.
So where is it along the...
It's right in between Kernwood and Salem Country Club.
I know.
Yeah. Like, I can't believe you didn't get there. It's right near Kernwood.
And people like mock me and say I'm wrong. I say, look, Nick's is fantastic, and all the North Shore beef people, they've got, their list and rankings and stuff. People sleep on King's roast beef all the time.
Well, I don't know why you didn't just text Joe Murray. He would have gone there for you and had it by your car.
But am I wrong about King's?
No, it's excellent.
It's excellent. What do you have?
But I do like pretty much all North Shore beefs. I mean, I know some are better than others, but
what do you have in Dartmouth? Clams?
I don't know, but should I? Yeah.
Yeah.
I had some clams. I had some quahogs the other day.
Oh, yeah.
My belly hasn't been right since. I'm not sure how that went.
Well,
no, did you see this
how
thing?
How many Miller Lights did you have with it?
A number.
Okay.
A good number. My wife thinks I have a parasite. I don't know if you've looked at this, and there's like this outbreak in Massachusetts. 147 cases of a parasite.
She won't touch me. You are a parasite.
No, it's a real thing.
Just kidding, Deidre.
Because I've had some tummy upsetness the last few days, some issues, digestive-wise.
She's refusing to have relations with you for going on 8 months because of some...
Got a parasite. That's what she's going with, right?
that she has diagnosed.
I can't believe you just went cliche. Clams down there at the beach.
Well, what else is Dartmouth known for in terms of cuisine?
Jordan Todman.
All right. So you think...
What is any place known for in terms of cuisine?
Well, we just said North Shore beefs.
Okay, but not every place. I mean, it would be known more for seafood.
Well, there's a lot of seafood.
I don't know that.
North Shore too. I just not a big seafood.
I mean, we're right near New Bedford.
Okay.
Fishing capital of the world.
I mean, in Roslindale, when I lived there, we had lots of Greek pizza for some reason.
Yeah, we're not known for anything like that, I would say.
Okay.
The mall has an Annie's.
Get gourmet pretzel.
Taco Bell. It's not attached, but it's there. Chipotle across the street.
Orange Julius.
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking I need to visit Dartmouth.
Anytime. You're welcome. Come on down. We'll eat. We'll go out on the boat. We'll have fun.
Andy's got a nice house. He'll take care of you.
Now, you've got like all the it feels very like New Hampshire on the South Coast.
No.
If that sounds kind of rural. Don't you have like ATVs and stuff?
Oh.
Me personally?
Yeah.
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 I have a field behind my house we make use of.
That's a little hillbilly-ish.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, my dog's eating the hell out of rabbits. I think they're eating a rabbit a day.
Okay, so getting a little bit more New Hampshire-like.
Yeah, see?
The dogs, not me. I don't eat rabbits. The dogs are eating rabbits.
But free-range dogs out there scaring up game and then eating it for sustenance, yes, that's a little hillbilly.
Well, free range, we have an electric fence. It just goes around the field.
That's
they can't go 10 miles. They got a couple acres.
Again, electric fence. When's the last time? I mean, I saw electric fences like growing up when,
No. Dog fence, I mean. Invisible fence. Underground electric fence.
How long is that an invisible fence?
It's a couple acres.
That's did you install it?
Personally?
Yes.
No.
I
called the company and the guy came.
That you can't hide money. We did it around my very small lot, and it wasn't cheap. I can only imagine what it was doing around a couple acre lot.
Yeah, in hindsight, my wife regrets it. She was against it. She just wanted to do like the little yard around the house, not the field, and she may or may not have been right. There's a lot of mud in the field. There's dead rabbits in the field. There's a lot of things they get into.
I probably would have done.
Okay, honey, you're right.
Yeah, even in our yard. And I had a friend who's a dog trainer who came over and said, look, he walked in the house when we had our dog first as a puppy, and he said, get rid of that rug, get rid of that rug. Just roll it up for 6 months, or else you're going to end up replacing it anyway. Then you can put it back down. And he goes, also, where's the dog hanging out during the day? I'm like, oh, wherever she wants. He's like, that dog does not need all this space. You're thinking like a person. That dog could spend half its time, especially at this age, either in its crate or in one room, and then you interact and take the dog outside. But dogs, we think they need room and all this stuff. They really don't.
Oh, yeah.
They really don't. And like even in our yard, which is not big, I probably would have limited her if we could do it again to like half of what she has now.
But they're very happy when they're out there.
Oh, she's
as we were talking earlier, when I get up at 6 a.m. and let them out, they'll be out for 2 hours sometimes. Just wrestling, running, rolling in the field.
Like Fred, who used to put his dog outside before he would come to work, and the dog would stay outside until he got home. I'm like, what is it, livestock, your dog?
I don't do that.
Yeah.
It's like old Yeller going through the woods checking on Timmy. He fell in a well,
Yeah, that's too much. That's too much.
Well, yeah, it is what it is now. They're used to it. Can't
right.
take it back.
Okay, Dartmouth.
I don't care for this tone.
There's no tone.
You need to come down sometime, and like I said, we'll go out for a nice dinner. Then we'll go out on the boat. We'll enjoy a cocktail by the fire pit, whatever.
Let me a couple of stipulations. Number one,
You get seasick.
No,
Okay.
I do not care about a boat.
Okay.
You want to go out on the boat? Where are we going? What's the point? Is it to go out and float around on the
Go
boat?
to the oyster place, pull up, have some oysters.
If we're going somewhere, that's fine.
You don't like a boat ride?
No. For the sake of a boat ride? No.
Yeah.
No. Doesn't it?
Very
interest me, Paul?
relaxing.
You like to go out
You'd
on
be
a boat?
nicer to Wallach
I'm
if
not
you
a
went
huge
on a boat
boat
ride.
guy.
Yeah.
But I'll go out in a boat. I mean, I'm not like opposed to it. Matter of fact,
Well, just go out for a while and then turn around and
going
come
on
back.
one of those little dinner cruises Monday night. Go see the tall ships a little bit.
Now you're seeing tall ships.
Can you? So this is an issue my wife is having right now. And wants to take her mother out on a boat to look at the tall ships, and she said they're only offered like the night cruises. Can you see the tall ships at night? Do they light them up, or
Well,
is it like a
I
thing?
think it's early enough that it'll still be light.
All right.
It's like 6:30.
Again, that's something that doesn't concern me because she asked if I wanted to go see the tall ships. I said, "You're adorable."
Well,
Thank you.
I'm going.
I do
I'm
not
going
want.
for the
I'm
dinner.
not. Yeah, you're going for the dinner.
Yes.
They're just going literally to look at the tall ships. I said, "That's very sweet of you, honey. Thank you." No.
Do you like anything other than golf?
He's a very personable fellow.
No, he's a nice fellow, but he
likes
seems to
hang
dislike
with,
everything.
I
take
DIY jobs. He likes to watch construction.
I take an interest in most things.
You
Now,
do.
when it comes to things that I'm going to like get into and spend time doing myself, that's when the list, narrows, very, very quickly. But in terms of like what you do, where you live, what do you do, how do you do that? Yes, I think I have a natural curiosity, and I like to hear about those things. I don't necessarily want to do any of them.
So you don't have a natural curiosity to see these tall ships? And then like 50 of them?
No.
It's supposed to be a pretty big
don't know.
parade of tall
Told
ships.
you, I'm going for the dinner.
That's what they say.
Doesn't interest you? Like, ooh, that's
Nope.
big, that's cool, that's old, that's...
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Do you? Why don't you go?
I do. I won't go. I don't like people and traffic and crowds and all that.
It's the crowd. It's
Yeah.
it's
You
why
heard the first word that he said, though, right? That's never changed.
People.
I don't like people.
yeah.
Behind the red velvet ropes at all times.
Yeah, kind of.
Not a people person.
No. I know it's hard to understand.
I never
but
got that hit off you.
not much of a people person, no.
All right. Let's do this. We'll talk about what happened last night. We're going to explore a little bit more this morning on the Google search phenomenon that we got into yesterday with Andrew Callahan, which has gotten us down a rabbit hole that is fascinating. We will put you two to the test at some point this morning with some Patriots trivia.
Uh-oh.
I have often bragged about Paul Perillo's encyclopedic knowledge of the Patriots when it comes to players, actual plays, things that have occurred with the team. So we're going to do that a little bit later. We got a lot of Celtics to talk about too.
JB.
Paul's got some. He's got some ideas. He's got some interesting ideas about
have
this.
any ideas.
You do have ideas. I just want to find out why you think the way you do.
I'm just not as in love with the guy as you guys are.
I just
That's
want
all.
to think why. I want to find out why you're so wrong on this. But we will. We'll do that later.
Look forward to it.
You're on Toucher and Hardy with Paul Perillo and Andy Hart here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Kutcher and Hardy with Paul Perillo and Andy Hart in this morning. What happened last night is brought to you by Leonard Hair Transplant Associates, where your hair doesn't have to be a game of what happens, so change your lettuce and change your life with Dr. Matthew Lepresti at 1-800-GET-HAIR. Fascinating development during the break here, where we learned that Andy Hart has never had a North Shore beef.
Nope.
How long have you lived in Massachusetts?
Long time. My whole life.
Your whole life.
We got our beefs, bro.
Yes, that's right. Joe Murray is turning over in his bed.
Joe Murray is
right
actually
now.
on the way right now to Kings, and he's just on the way to the station for Andy.
How is that even possible? You've been to the North Shore. Did you
Yeah.
grow up on the South Coast? Did you
Yes.
grow up down there?
Yes.
Okay, but you've been to Salem.
Yes.
You've been you've been to Paul's house.
Yes.
Okay. You've never
Tried to go to Kings, couldn't find it like you.
But, talking about the curiosity of things, you're never curious as to what this North Shore beef is all about?
I am, but it's not convenient.
Of course it's not. But you've found yourself in that area, in that region, dozens of times in your life.
I have. I've heard this before. My former producer, Stiz, was all over it. He has his favorites and this and that and everything, but I just never...
Okay, let's really piss some people off here, and we'll find out what the closest thing that you've had. You've had Arby's.
Yes.
I love Arby's. And it is not the same, but okay, you've had that. Have you had Kelly's?
Nope.
Oh, what? Okay. Well, that's like, again, for North Shore beef people, they don't count Kelly's.
Well, not anymore. I mean, Kelly's was the original.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Especially the one at the beach.
The Revere Beach.
Yes.
Yes.
That was tremendous.
Right.
But it's definitely not. I think the beach is still okay, but it's not as good.
I love Kelly's.
Yeah.
And again, North Shore beef people will they cry foul. It's like, well, you don't really like it. It's
You can do
trust
better
me,
than that.
Trust me. Yes, you can do better, but in terms of just food, it's great. So I'm fine with that. But you never even
Huge
had that.
portion, too.
No.
You'd like it. Big sandwich.
Well, if it's good,
It is good.
well, we'll find out.
Big eater,
Well,
are you?
I already
Oh,
told
yeah, I like to eat.
Big eater. I already told him he's done now. Because he's never had one, and all he hears is people waxing poetic
It's
about
not
how good
gonna
it is.
live
So
up
now
to the
there's no
hype.
way it can live up to the hype.
Can't.
I mean, I'd like
Done.
to try it, but again, not really. You were just crabbing about the inconvenience of getting to that general area from your home in Canton. And how far south of Canton am I?
But
40 minutes?
the times that I've been up there, and I mean, I've only lived in this area for 22 years or whatever, I have found myself eating like actual North Shore beefs, I don't know, at least a dozen times.
I'll try it next time I'm in that area.
I don't think you will.
Paul never invites me anymore, so.
I don't think you will. The other development that happened during the break, which I think is equally important, is that Andy Hart attended the Travelers Championship.
I knew this would be in your wheelhouse.
Cromwell, Connecticut, TPC River Highlands. And was this your first golf tournament that you attended?
Yep, first golf tournament of any kind. I enjoyed it.
Took one of your kids?
Yeah, my son. My son and I went, and we had some, I don't know if it's called VIP access, but the 17th green there right by the water. We had a nice little tent with seats and everything, and beer, great menu on the food, not
Did you
just
get
hot
to
dogs.
caddy for anybody?
No, but I...
Neither did I.
You wanted to caddy for somebody?
Desperately. During the Pro-Am. During the Wednesday Pro-Am, all I wanted to do was caddy for anybody. They took that to mean that I would only caddy for Dylan Dreyer because I'm a fan.
Okay.
And she was playing with Carson Daly, and Jim Furyk was in their group. It was a star-studded affair, that foursome. I said, no. It doesn't have to be with Dylan. It could be with anybody. I wanted to go out there, and part of it is like a cosplay fantasy that I have about any variety of occupations in this world. But I like caddying. I've caddied for people before trying to qualify for the Mass Open or, whatever. I enjoy it. I wanted to do it. I wanted to walk the course inside the ropes. There would be a pro in the group, so I'd get to watch that pro close up, play his practice round on Wednesday, even 9 holes. They only do 9 holes during the Pro-Am now. The pros do. But I would have been out there, and it didn't happen.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
It's a great experience for me.
Isn't it awesome, though, just to be able to, like, drive up and, you're spoiled from, working for the Patriots for all those years where on, game day you have a place to park and you can actually just go and, like, get in. But when you're going to that Travelers, same thing. You don't drive somewhere and then get shuttled over to the golf course.
I parked in a field. I felt like I was at the country fair or something.
You park in a field and you walk in through the gates, and it's like, where do you want to go? What are you looking for? Just go. What you can walk anywhere, or you can just walk to your cushy VIP tent. And
no, we spent probably half the time in there. We followed, I don't know, some terrible pairing. I mean, these two guys, I felt like I could have played with them. They were awful off the tee. Awful off the tee.
Come on.
Their second shot was always good to save their first shot. That's what I picked up from that pairing. They one of them put it in a bunker that had to have been 12 feet deep. I'd still be in that bunker, just whacking away.
You don't remember who it was?
No, I'm not a super nerd golf guy like you.
Well, I'm glad you went.
But then we followed Scheffler and, what is it, Havender? Is that the other guy that was?
Victor Hovland.
Hovlander. And
Hovland. Victor Hovland.
I don't know. He stinks because the hole we really set up for, we got ahead of the group because we wanted to see them drive down the fairway, picked a perfect spot. Scheffler put it right where we were, right in the middle of the fairway. Your Hovlander guy.
Hovland
put it up on a hill of rough behind us outside the rope. I never saw it. I had the little official guy literally right next to me. He goes, uh-oh, that's coming towards us. And I'm like, what? So I just ducked. I did that thing you do where you stick your head down into your neck and hope it doesn't. I actually was figuring I'd get on TV if it hit me. Be kind of cool. But yeah, he shanked one up on a hill into the and then I stood right between the two. I thought people were going to ask me to move. I felt like I was, that feeling when you feel like you're someplace you shouldn't be, like I shouldn't be here. Paul, you and I had it that one time at the Combine where we popped up in the bench press room.
Oh, yeah.
And we were like,
I remember that.
I don't think we're supposed to be here. Let's get out of here as quickly.
The workouts like we, you got this group? Okay, go ahead. Hey, Andy, go ahead.
And this is before it was like open to everybody. We had access because we had like a team credential.
Yeah,
so we just went, I think it was cold outside, so we didn't want to go outside. We took tunnels. And all of a sudden we'd pop up and guys are benching and we're like, we need to get out of here. If Bill finds out, we are dead.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that, you see, otherwise you would have been like, oh, this is cool. We'll hang out here as long as we can. There's that whole Belichick.
Oh, yeah. Because we had credentials. Theoretically, we could be there. But yeah, we thought immediately we'd either see Bill or Bears, and it's over.
Either one
us.
was going to not end well for us.
I was going to say, which one would you rather see?
Bears.
Yeah, but not by much.
Because there's a chance we could have talked Bears out of telling Bill.
And I think, he would have probably understood the story. No,
Right.
it was cold out. We didn't want to go outside.
We made a mistake.
And he would say, just get out of here and don't do it again. Bill would be throw up phase, grunting,
Bill would have been on
fired.
the phone to Fred, said, what are these two bleepers doing here?
Right.
Yeah.
But that's how I felt standing at the rope between the guy who's in the fairway and the guy who's not and no one asked us to leave, so we just stood there and watched shots.
How many people were standing there?
Not a ton because most were at the tee box.
Yeah.
And they stopped them as the crowd came toward us, but because we were already there, they just let us watch.
So at the Travelers, there was something kind of similar. It's like a hybrid between what happened with you and at the Travelers and your bench press story. Will Ferrell was there, but not as Will Ferrell. He was there as
his
Lonnie,
character. Yeah.
Lonnie the Hawk Hawkins. And he showed up on Wednesday in his Hawk tour bus, and he's doing everything. He's not breaking character the entire time. So the Hawk is there, right? And he's doing interviews with players as he is mounting his comeback, as we will see documented on Netflix, I think any day now. I think it's starting here soon, if it hasn't already started. So the whole thing was, he's not doing like formal press or interviews. We tried to get him, but our show was over at 10 that morning and he wasn't showing up till 10:30. I got word and like, hey, the Hawk is doing his player interviews with Ricky Fowler and a couple other guys down near the practice range. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So I walk down there and I see a big wall of people getting as close as they can. They're still about 100 feet away from where the Hawk is underneath the big red Travelers umbrella, and you can tell he's sitting there with a player. I said, well, I'm wearing a credential. What happens if I just walk past all these people? And my favorite move to do is when you're walking past the security people is give them the, like, can you believe where I got to go now? The smile and the confident wave works in some situations. I find the shaking your head like, oh, brother, like I got to walk down here now as part of my job. That works even better. I walked past it, and the guy kind of gave me the, yeah, I hear you, brother. Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah. So I walked past him, and I walked down to where they're doing the thing, and there's like 5 people around. There's literally the camera people from Netflix. There is a director, and there's somebody wearing like a full, caddy whites like you see at Augusta with his name on the back of it. And I stood next to that woman, and I'm just watching him do the interviews. I'm like, I'm not supposed to be here. This is absolutely not okay. But I'm just kind of like nodding along, and I'm kind of laughing so as not to get picked up on camera, but showing the Hawk that I understand what he's trying to do with his improv here with
I'm
these
in
guys.
on it.
Yeah. And the PGA players, they're trying to like work with them, but they can't riff. They're not doing the yes and that is integral to improv. They're not giving him much. So as soon as he finishes up, the director walks over and goes like, Hawk, I think maybe we should get some footage of you signing autographs over there. People want to meet you. And he's like, yeah, okay, absolutely. So as he stands up, I had already pulled up on my phone, like, give me some Lonnie the Hawk Hawkins backstory for this Netflix thing here. Let me see. Part of his backstory is he beat Tiger Woods at the John Deere Classic in 2008, right? So I already have my phone recording. I'm like, Hawk, can I get one quick question? And we've been told ahead of time. It's like, no, he's not doing media. But I'm like, what the hell? I'll just... And I got him on for like a minute talking about, I said, hey, actually, do you have it, Ryan?
Sorry, I was talking to Nick about production.
Never mind. You don't have to listen. It's just...
You pulled that off, though.
I pulled it off.
I heard when you told this story the first time.
I pulled it off.
As you know, I am a chronic listener.
I pulled it off. Some of the news stations got their time with the Hawk, but that was set up ahead of time. The lamestream media, they got their time, but I had to weasel my way in there.
I had to cheat to get mine.
Exactly. All right. We'll talk about the Red Sox next.
Okay.
You know what? Spoiler alert, Andy is going to tell you what happened with the Red Sox first here in the headlines, and then we'll dissect it a little bit more coming up here on Toucher and Hardy.
Sports Hub.
YD. Okay?
Dutcher and Hardy, mornings on the Sports Hub.
Hawk, can I get one question real quick? There's some pending litigation regarding the John Deere Classic about some damaged tractor equipment from years ago after your win there in 2008. Can you comment on that?
Still?
Yeah.
I thought that was thrown out. Look, my lawyer, Kim Kardashian, has told me to refrain from comments. But I will say this. That was a faulty tractor. Yeah.
Well, there was some tractors damaged in celebration after your win, and there was something about a PSA that you did about syphilis from a tractor seat. I don't know.
No, I didn't do that.
Okay.
But I did drive a tractor into the lake, into a water feature. But they told me I could do it.
Right.
They say John Deere is indestructible. Drive it anywhere you want. I took that literally. Was it the right decision? I regret my decision. I'm learning to change. Blah 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 blah. PR answer.
It's perfect talk. Thank you.
There you go. That was Lonnie the Hawk Hawkins, the Travelers Championship that Andy Hart attended and enjoyed. You got to see Hovlander. Not sure who that is, but...
Really? You should pay attention. He was in the lead group.
Hovland.
It's a great finish to that tournament.
It was a great finish. Andy Hart is here along with Paul Perillo on the Toucher and Hardy show. And yes, something actually did happen last night in terms of a sporting event. Not a lot. There is one final soccer match today at Boston Stadium. I heard you guys mentioning just amongst yourselves that, Paul, you are unable to go to work today?
Yeah, on the days where there's matches, we are not allowed into the facility.
Oh, damn.
So 7 times.
Okay.
But a couple of them were on Saturdays, unfortunately.
Yeah, which, I mean, again, I can't go to work. That sucks. Ha, ha, ha. But it is kind of funny that that building operates huge events and has stuff going all the time. Like when Taylor Swift is there, when the monster trucks are there, you can still go to your office on those days.
Correct.
They don't stop you from going to work. Why do they stop you from going to work on a World Cup day?
This has been a whole different level of event. They've had FIFA has had a complete lockdown of the stadium since June 3rd. So every day when we go in, there's a whole perimeter set up. You need a special credential, like your badge to get in the regular Gillette Stadium doesn't work. You need a FIFA credential. You get scanned in. There are only a couple of entry points. You got to kind of walk all the way around the perimeter, and then once you get inside the building on a non-game day, everything else is business as usual. But yeah, this has been a different event.
Were you offered up World Cup credentials?
No. I mean, to attend the games?
Yeah.
No, you needed to have a game day role.
Oh.
And I did not have one.
No.
I did not have one.
Why not? Are you not?
I don't think I rated highly enough.
Are you not a fan of the beautiful game?
No, I stunned myself with the amount of soccer I've watched, and I've enjoyed it.
I think we all have.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I think there's been some good games. I think it helps when there's 4 or 5 sort of just internationally known stars that even people like me that are just casual fans know, and all of those guys are dominating.
That's what I was going to say.
You know, like Messi and like even the
Mbappe.
Guy, I know Mbappe
was
and
awesome.
Messi, Harry Kane. I mean, every game that you watch, the guy that you know, he scores twice.
Yeah,
Except our guy.
Yeah.
Pulisic.
Yeah. Our guy tapped out.
That part of it sucks. But I said this to somebody the other day. I'm like, man, especially when you get to the knockout stage, if it's on and it's impossible to ignore, if you're out at a restaurant, you know, one of the games is on, or you just see it, you know, coming across your own TV at home. I said, if you cannot find any of this compelling and don't find yourself watching it, well, then you just don't like sports. I mean, there's an element of that. You don't have to love soccer and think that it's on par with football or hockey or anything else. However, there is something inherently dramatic happening on an athletic field where athletes are participating. And even with the flopping and even with the U.S. stinking it up in that last match, if you don't find this intriguing in any way, well, you can call yourself a football fan maybe, but not really a sports fan, because this is just what it is. It's on its biggest stage and everything is on the line, and there is inherent drama to it that is kind of unparalleled. When you think about everything on the line for these players in these countries, this is, for them, this is it. This is like a Super Bowl, every match once you get past the knockout stage. This is huge.
Yeah, and just to see how much it means to maybe it doesn't mean as much to us, but to see what it means to all these different countries, to see all the fans that were in Boston and, all the parties and stuff like that. Andy, I'm sure your son was part of some of that stuff. I know my boys, made sure they got down there, and they just said,
not in Dartmouth,
just how much enjoyment they got just from sort of by osmosis, being around like the Scottish people and and all the different groups and countries that have been around. It's impossible not to get swept up in it. I still don't particularly like the sport itself. I don't like. I was joking around with my brother about it. It's like all the pomp and circumstance before the game. The crowds are electric in all the stadiums. They've been just absolutely electric. The pageantry that goes on before the game when they come out and they have the kid, they're holding it. I mean, it's hard not to get swept up into it. And then the game happens, and it's kind of like, oh, well, let's see what happens at the end, and maybe someone will score. But there have been a handful of games like the Argentina-Egypt game the other day. 3-2 with 3 goals in the last 11 minutes. But it's just unbelievable.
To that point, Paul, you could say that about a lot of sports and a lot of games. Our pal Billy used to say this about hockey, who was not a fan of hockey. He was like, all this build up with, the Bruins and the playoffs and they get the Garden rocking, and all right, where they drop the puck, game 1 of this best of 7, a heated rivalry, and it's a 30-second puck battle along the boards.
I've seen many boring games in a lot of different sports.
In football, you see it, it's like, oh, it's another 3 and out to start the game. Like, well, this
Andy and I covered a Super Bowl that was a snooze fest. The last game that Andy covered with us,
you almost had a punter as an MVP.
13-3 Super Bowl win. That was, I've seen boring games in every sport. I just have seen more boring soccer games than any other.
I think you touched on it, Hardy. For me, who is a lover of sports and athleticism and a hater of soccer, these games have given me what I wanted, because they give me Mbappe or one of these guys doing something, kicking a ball from 25 yards out that curves past this 6'7" goalie and scores. And then also I do the not watch the game, and I say to him, bet you there's somebody lying on the field rolling around like they died right now. Or I walk by, the 17th death on a field at the World Cup. Yeah, they give you the thing to bitch about if you're a little bit of a hater.
Yes.
Like these cards. FIFA.
Right.
So, I'm sorry. Portugal did not advance. Portugal was tied with Croatia until they take away a goal because it may have hit a guy in the hair.
Right.
And then also, by the way, it's the World Cup. I've been told it's the biggest sporting event in the world. Microphone got in the way. Been told it, and they have one camera angle from 17 miles up, and they keep showing it until the guy makes his decision. Then miraculously, other camera angles pop up on my television screen, and they take away a goal so that will put the bracket on the screen. If Portugal holds on, they'll face Spain. Oh, you mean you preferred Portugal-Spain to Croatia-Spain, and you overturned this goal? You shady bastards.
The Argentina game the other night, it was an incredible comeback. I give them a lot of credit. Scoring 3 goals in that amount of time is ridiculous, but they should have needed only three goals to just tie it.
Right.
Yes, the disallowed goal.
You can't go. It was a foul for sure, but they missed it.
But that's the beauty, because we talk about it, we argue about it. I don't know if it's the beautiful game when you get down to that, but we think about it, we notice it, and I think that the theater, as Buckley would say.
If Argentina had scored that goal, there's no way they would have gone back 15 seconds earlier on replay and called a foul behind the play.
No.
To take a goal away.
And I do believe other conspiracies that abound about the NFL or the NBA, Major League, whatever. I don't give them much credibility with FIFA. Everything's on the table, because it is so widely
they overturned
known
the red card.
that it is a corrupt organization, at the very least financially. And now to think that, Oh, but they wouldn't do anything to swing a match in Argentina's favor. It's like, of course they would.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And they probably smartly would.
Yeah.
For television and popularity and all those things.
I was happy to see, though, in the Colombia, was it
Switzerland.
the Switzerland game?
Look at you two.
I've been watching these
Finishing
games.
sentences about the World Cup.
I've been watching them. I'm sorry, these matches.
Yes.
On the pitch?
Yes.
With the kid?
In extra time.
The penalty kicks that they went to, they a fair number of them, the kicker, the scorer, no, right down the middle.
I think that's where I would shoot.
Well,
Because they
this is-
say the guy picks a side and dives.
Well,
I'm going to kick it right at him.
I used to do New England Revolution
Did you?
pre-half and post-game. Yes.
So, I'm sorry.
Humble brag.
First with Shalrie Joseph, great midfielder for the Revolution, and then with Clyde Sims, also played for the Revs and DC United. Not to drop too many names here. But I would ask these guys, I'm like, why don't you just kick it down the middle on a penalty kick? And Shalrie was more receptive to it. Clyde had the best answer. He's like, guys do sometimes. He goes, I tried it once, and he said, the keeper didn't move, and I just hit him square in the chest, and he caught it. And he said, it's really the fear of looking foolish that stops a lot of guys from doing it, because if you do it once, the keeper knows you have a propensity to do that, and maybe I won't commit to either side, and I'll just stand here and catch it like you're, give me a soft toss. And that's why
That's a
you
good
don't see
point.
it
I
more.
think that is one of those strategies that you could probably get away with once. Because they have scouting reports on these things, right?
Of course, that's what it's all
So
about.
if you do it, it's kind of hard to do it again.
Exactly. The Red Sox won. All right, there you go. That's what happened last night.
So is any
Poor Jake Bennett.
I
Pitches
feel
a
bad-
gem.
I
is
feel
anybody
bad.
believing in this at all?
Nick was back there cutting sound. Ryan's back there working on stuff so we can do what happened last night. And
3 games out of the playoffs.
Sorry. I apologize.
No longer a last place baseball team. So you buying?
So they went from 5 games out to 3 games out with this red hot streak?
Yeah.
Paulie Paul's a big baseball guy.
Down to 3 teams in front of him in the wild card.
Paul Perillo, big baseball coach. I've witnessed his former players coming up to him and treating him with a level of respect I have not seen given to Paul Perillo by anyone ever before.
Before or since.
Certainly not us.
And so Paul knows his baseball. You know that this team should not be caught up in their current win streak.
No, I'm not in this at all.
10 out of their last 12 now? Yeah.
That's my point. You've won 10 out of 12, and you're still 3 games out of a playoff spot, not even like the division.
Playoffs?
No. Because inevitably, you're
going to buy?
You're going to regress to the mean, and you're going to go back to what you really are. And
you're above 500 under Tracy.
Yeah, I think they are 500 under Tracy.
I thought it was one game. I was rolling dice.
You might be.
32 and 31?
Yeah, you might be right. You might, Rabbit.
We'll discuss Red Sox a little bit more later. But first, we have to dive even deeper into the Google search phenomenon that we stumbled onto yesterday. We'll do that next with Paul Perillo and Andy Hart here on Toucher and Hardy. Hold on.
Sports Hub headlines. Red Sox beat the White Sox 5-0. Jake Bennett went 7 scoreless innings, but Hardy refuses to talk about it and give it the respect he deserves. Red Sox no longer in last place, only 3 games out of the wild card. Last night was a night off for the World Cup, but this afternoon in Foxborough, Boston Stadium, France and Morocco, the final game to be played here in New England. Headlines is brought to you by John Sewer and Drain Cleaning. With over 70 trucks on the road because your clogged drain is their emergency. Go to johnsewer.com.
The Sports Hub. 3 legendary franchises on one legendary radio station. It's the Sports Hub.
Big show on the way.
Need a little help getting started in the morning?
It's very dangerous.
They've got the experts.
So, no.
Toucher and Hardy.
No.
On the Sports Hub.
Are you sure? I thought that was Kim Carnes.
It's getting less respectful by the minute.
A similar kind of raspy voice, though, as Kim Carnes.
Okay.
Bonnie Tyler, but It's a Heartache is Bonnie Tyler. Andy will tell you that when Paul doesn't really know something for 100% certain, he just says it like he knows it, and it
usually
goes right
works.
through.
Politicians do it all the time.
No,
just say it,
It's
sound
a
like you know
Heartache
it.
is Bonnie Tyler.
Both 1983.
Wow, he nailed it.
I absolutely nailed it. Who knew?
You nailed it.
Wait a minute,
I did
Paul
know.
I
nailed
said
it.
1983.
Yeah, but I said same year as that song, so we were
okay.
both right.
All right.
Who knew?
Yeah, but he picked a year, a specific year.
Okay.
He's more impressive.
I would have said 83, 84.
You didn't know her name.
But I knew that Miss. I kind of did. I was real close.
Kinda is not knowing it.
I was real close.
Did you tell your math teacher that? I kind of knew the answer. Teach?
I knew how to get the answer.
I absolutely did. And Trigger
5 is close to 4.
Yeah. He was a very kind man for passing me, especially my
Taylor
senior year.
family saddened today.
So there you go. Bonnie Tyler, dead at the age of 75. But the boys from Styx are still alive, as far as I know. And we listen to Mr. Roboto because this age of technology, are you gentlemen familiar with the internet and Google searching?
Yeah.
Paul, you're probably more of an Ask Jeeves guy, but in terms of the rest of the world, we have moved on to Google. And yesterday, we got down the rabbit hole of just typing in a few words of a search to see what Google would autocomplete for you. At this time yesterday, another Patriots.com voice, Mike Dussault, was on with us, and we had him complete his search for us. We would like you to open up Google on your iPhone.
It is open.
Okay. And we would like you to type in, is it normal? And then tell us in the drop-down menu from Google what your Google says.
Oh, boy. All right. Here we go. You want the top 5?
Yes, please.
The first one is it normal to poop 5 times a day? The second one, is it normal to poop 3 times a day? Is it normal for a tattoo to peel? Is it normal to have discharge every day? Not sure. And is it normal to get your period twice a month? So there you go. I don't know what this says about me.
Mike, have you gotten any answers to those?
I don't think I want to know any of them.
So you, Andrew, and I both get the poop one. I have not, neither one of us have gotten the discharge one.
No, I had discharge.
Oh, did you have discharge?
Yeah, beat and clip that.
Okay.
That's why you Googled it.
So that was Mike Dussault, who took over for Andy Hart, as a matter of fact.
He did.
Yeah.
On the
big upgrade.
On the
screw you.
I mean, it's just different. It's just different.
It is different. It's a much different vibe. But we thought that was an interesting exercise. So, gentlemen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to guess what Google will autocomplete for Ryan Beaton's phone. Now, I will tell you this much. For Ryan Beaton's Google search, it is the same for most people we have found. This is not necessarily geared toward the person, what they are searching. Google seems to think enough people have asked this all over the world. We're going to autocomplete pretty much the same way for just about everybody. There are a couple of local angles in a few of these, but for the most part, these are universal. Ryan searched them, but don't think it necessarily has anything to do with Ryan. Okay?
Okay.
I will just say that I did the Is It Normal as you guys were just doing that.
Yes.
And I got to talk to yourself was my first one.
That was the first one for me, too.
Yeah.
All right.
So they are different. There's something that
changes the algorithm just a tiny little bit, but a lot of these you will find on everyone's. Okay?
Okay.
So the first search is, why am I? Why am
this is
I?
Ryan's search. Why am I?
Again, but I just said this, so let me say it again.
It's the same for everybody. I get the rules.
But let me add just a wrinkle here. This could be related to Ryan or anyone who is working on this show.
So tired all the time.
That is correct. Andy Hart, look at this. He was afraid that he wasn't going to do well today.
Andy's good at this.
Yeah,
well, I think most people bitch about how tired they are. So that means most of the population, the first thing they're Googling is, why am I tired all the time?
Why am I so tired all the time?
The second is like, you have cancer.
Followed by, why am I tired all the time? Okay? Now, think back to the primer on this and what people were asking about, is it normal? So why am I...
So I'm going to just give you
bleeding.
a personal one for me. Like, I don't know if you guys...
Think back,
I get a million spam calls. Why do I get so many, why do people want me to take a consolidated debt loan? I mean, did they just know that much
you have
about
debt.
my finances? I get a million spam calls a day.
That is correct. I need my right and wrong buzzer on that page. I don't see it, Ryan. If you could have it there, please. Or just give me a right answer.
So was he right?
That's one.
We're waiting for the sounder.
Yeah.
We will not proceed here until this works.
I will not acknowledge it until we have the proper sound effect.
Okay.
You got to buzz in.
Absolutely fascinating to think that you guys so far are 2 for 2 on this. But yes, why am I getting so many spam calls?
I would have never gotten that.
Well, that's like, do you not get a lot?
No.
I've been getting more recently. A ton. So, and everyone wants to give me an energy assessment.
Oh, yeah.
I get 3 a day.
Some solar, some insulation. It'll help your heating and electric bills.
I'll bet I get 10 a day.
Really?
Who
are you giving your number to?
I don't give my number to anybody.
Because I don't, and I figured that's why I get relatively low spam calls.
Do you ever sign in to certain websites with Google, with your, Google?
What kind of websites?
It's a little personal.
Because if you're giving them your cell phone number, you have issues.
But your phone number is attached to a lot of stuff that you wouldn't necessarily think is attached to it, and they can get your phone number that way.
I get a lot of spam calls.
Okay.
So that was why that was my guess.
You gave her your number?
Your son.
You gave her your real number?
Jeez, have a burner.
All right. Again, thinking about what the example was. Is it normal too? So now, why am I?
Why am I?
What were the top 2 answers on is it normal to?
Is it normal to spot during ovulation?
No.
That's mine right now.
Why am I always in the bathroom?
Oh, he's got his buzzer.
Yes.
Let's go.
Why am I peeing so much? Why am I pooping so much?
Oh, that's me this week. It's the parasite. I mean, I didn't try it, but I probably should have.
Followed by, why am I farting so much? And this is a local, maybe Ryan Beaton centric one. Why did Gordon Hayward mention Tatum? So there we go.
I don't think I would have come up with that one.
Also, don't think that would have popped up on mine.
How about this? I think my. The Google search, I think my. What does Google complete the search with? I think my.
Spouse is cheating on me.
Oh. I'm going to give you...
That's a good one. I'm going to give him...
I think my boyfriend is cheating on me. I think my husband hates me. Those are kind of...
Hey, what about women hate me and girlfriend cheat? That's very sexist right there.
Well,
Google.
First of all...
It's 2026.
Would any of us Google, I think my wife hates me? No, because we already know. There's no reason to ask Google.
It's true. Don't ask the obvious.
Yeah, there's no point to waste any time Googling the answer.
Touche.
There's a couple of pet-related ones here. I think my dog and I think my cat is what?
I think my dog ate a rabbit.
No.
Actually, I know it. I saw the last paw go down.
Yeah, you would.
Rabies.
Yeah, no. You think a lot of people
go
think
to the vet.
a lot of people think their pets have rabies?
No, I don't. I'm trying to come up with something.
Swallowed something.
What happens if there's no dumb answers?
Yeah,
I never said that.
He loves the buzzer.
That's a good point. You
yeah,
didn't say that.
I didn't say that. I think my dog or cat is constipated. Is the are the top
back to
two?
Andy.
Are
Yeah.
the top
Well, the
two
opposite.
answers-
Kind of the oppo.
Are the top two
Riverside
answers.
it.
Here's one that will hit close to home for both of you, gentlemen.
Feels like a shot.
When to stop drinking. Now, these are people asking when to stop drinking before certain events. So people are Googling and asking Google when to stop drinking before what?
Driving.
Drug test.
Ding, 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 ding. Neither of us?
Both of them? I thought for sure the driving would be right.
Certain procedures.
Blood test?
Certain procedures.
Surgery is right, yes. You were about to say it. When to stop drinking alcohol before a colonoscopy is a big ask on Google. Also,
really?
Also surgery and when to stop drinking alcohol before bed, which is they're synonymous, I'm guessing, with you gentlemen. You're just, you're sipping your old granddad right there on the nightstand just to put you out.
No, that seems a little harsh.
I mean,
maybe
I don't have a problem.
With your Diet Millers?
He could stop anytime he wanted.
Paul.
Paul.
This is an intervention.
On air.
Worst way to.
Worst way to relieve constipation.
You know what?
I'm tying things together.
Excellent guess.
Back to that. I was thinking of something like how to fix something. Worst way to, do something.
Die.
Oh, yeah. Worst way to die. That's a good one.
You know what? That should be on there. I'm going to give that a right answer.
Let's go.
Worst way to die should be
Andy's
on
better
there.
at these things than me. Absolutely.
Worst way to sleep and worst way to do something relationship-wise. What is the worst way
break
to
up with somebody.
Very good, Paul. That is the third answer in the Google dropdown. My diarrhea is
bloody.
Top 5 answers on the board.
Look at that.
There are colors involved. What's the top color?
Orange.
Yeah.
It's bloody? Oh, Andy, you're disgusting.
You know what? I'll give you yellow. That was number 2.
Yellow liquid? Yep. The other day at the Y.
He's
Off
a
the side of
disgusting
the
slob.
No, it just looked like pee.
Green and black are the other top 2 answers.
Black's not good.
Why can't I stop?
Pooping. These are all tied together.
That is one of the answers.
Gambling.
Drinking, Paul.
No. You would think gambling and drinking would both be on there. Why can't I stop thinking about someone? And why can't I stop eating?
So an addiction to eating is on there, but not gambling or alcohol.
I know.
That's weird.
All right, we're going to do one more. Should I be worried? So Google is going to finish this with about blank. Should I be worried? And Google finishes it with about what? One of these is ripped from the headlines.
War in Iran.
That's a good
No.
one.
Nobody's worried about Nuclear war.
Nobody's worried.
Nuclear war is on there.
Well, couldn't one lead to the other?
Yeah, isn't that kind of the same?
It's a gateway war.
All right, I give it to you.
Wow. We talked him into it.
There's
Easy professor.
There's another one, especially I think for anyone who lived through 2020 through 2022. Should I be worried about what?
The
Parasite in
another
Massachusetts.
Pandemic. What's the one?
Hantavirus.
Yeah, hantavirus.
Should I be worried about low protein in blood? Is the second answer, followed by peeing a lot, pooping a lot, and should I be worried if my urine smells
If
sweet?
you listen to these stations,
what was the end of that?
Low T.
Should I be worried if my urine smells sweet?
I don't think you'd worry. I think it'd be kind of cool. It's like a donut shop coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. It's better than asparagus.
I think you boys did pretty well.
Oh, thank you.
I think Andy did really well.
We'll see how you do.
We all did.
We'll see you do on the Patriots trivia at 8:00.
But are you going to use the same ding and meh?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that you got it.
Or we could change it up. Maybe do different sounds. A bit of a reunion taking place here between the three of us as we used to work Patriots.com together, but there's someone else who is missing. They will join us next here on Toucher and Hardy. Hold on.
You're listening. opinions.
Boring.
And he's back with Fred on the Sports Hub.
It is Toucher and Hardy today. Andy Hart and Paul Perillo are on the show. Worked with both of these gentlemen over at Patriots.com, but someone else has come from that same coaching tree, that same, I don't know.
You ran out that quick?
I did.
It's early.
I 90 minutes, hit the wall. Damn it. Got so much show left. No, someone else that we all worked with and worked together. Megan Morant, who has become the go-to source on the Blue Brand, providing the WWE Universe with the latest in her role as a backstage correspondent. You may remember her as Megan O'Brien. Megan, hello.
Hello, gentlemen. Oh, my gosh, it's like old times. I can't believe we all come from the Fred Kirsch coaching tree.
That's what it is. That's what I couldn't put my finger on. That's what I should have said. Damn it. Start it over.
That's why she is an international star.
Megan, how are you? When is the last time you spoke to Andy Hart? Let's start there.
While. I think it's been at least a year since we've texted back and forth.
Oh.
I think it probably has.
All right.
And she's done a lot of things since then. Qualified for the Olympics. She's got a kid. I mean, she's
the
going.
trials.
Okay.
But I guess technically we could say I'm training for the Olympics because the team hasn't been selected yet, right?
Damn right you should say that.
So we'll
go with that.
Yeah, well, let's lean into that. And by the way, I wanted this to be a surprise, but I screwed it up. So I'm sorry, Megan. If you didn't get the reaction out of Paul and Andy you were expecting, that's because they knew you were coming.
You're having a tough day.
You know it.
Day?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, you've worked with us, so you know it's all the days are tough.
Yeah, I've only thrown my pen 2 times, though, so that's okay.
We haven't gotten to leave the studio yet, though, so Andy and I have dropped the ball so far.
Yeah.
Still plenty of time left.
But, Megan, after all your time at the Patriots, you went to the WWE, but you kept up your running career. Did you run track at Northwestern?
Cross country, yeah.
Okay. But you really, really got into it later on, and this was a huge personal development for you as you did, as Andy has already pointed out, you went through the Olympic marathon qualifier. What are you doing? What's happening? What are you doing?
Listen, I think the thing with runners that people don't understand is we're just like functioning addicts, but it's like more socially acceptable, you know? Like, I'm literally talking to you on my front porch, having just gotten back from a run. But no, I mean, listen, I've been running since I was 8 years old. I got a scholarship to run in college. I felt like in college I didn't do anything spectacular. My career was pretty underwhelming. And then, you focus onto the real world. And just like Big Head over there who struggles to, hang it up, I am also like a hardo in that way, where I struggle to just like let go of that competitive nature. So I don't know, I dipped my toe back in, and before I knew it, I was completely underwater in this running thing. And I just was like, I saw the standard for the Olympic trials. It was 2:45, which is 6:16 pace. And then they lowered it to 2:37, which is 6-minute pace. And I was like, I don't know if I could ever do 2:37, but let's go after 2:45. And then I ran 2:45, and I said, well, you never know, maybe. And, then one thing leads to another. And I had a baby, and then I actually ended up coming back after having a baby faster. So I went 2:36, and I punched my ticket to the Olympic trials, which will be in March of 2028.
So 2:36 was the cutoff. What did you run? What was your actual time?
So 2:37 was the cutoff. I went 2:36.
Oh, so you had a minute to spare.
We're going to need you to pay attention.
I'm trying to pay attention, but I'm just
6-minute miles.
I'm kind of overwhelmed by the
for 26 of them, not one.
The notion that
5:57 is what I averaged.
Oh, 5.
Megan, have you ever considered that this is not good for you? All this running.
All the time, every day.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm very irritable when I don't run. So I think it's good for everybody who has to interact with me that I keep doing this in some way, shape, or form. Maybe not to like this level of insanity, but like at least go out for a little jog every day.
How long did what was your distance that you ran this morning?
Today I just ran for an hour.
Just an hour. So at her pace, that's
how many miles?
Well,
yeah, because you know exactly how long you ran or how far you ran. How many miles did you cover in an hour?
Well, I just went just shy of 8 today. It was just an easy run, so I was just, going easy, not really looking at my watch, just trying to recover. Because yesterday I was on the track.
It's like that Steve Prefontaine movie when they go to visit him and he says, "Let's just go do an easy 10."
Yeah,
it's like an easy 10. It's no big deal.
It's unreal.
It really is. All right, so you've been with the WWE for how long now?
Over 5 years.
Damn.
That doesn't seem like it's been that long. But how has the switch been from working at Patriots.com to the WWE? Pretty much the same thing, right?
There's certainly a lot of good stories in both places. So there are similarities in that regard. It's been amazing. I didn't really know much about professional wrestling or WWE before audition with WWE, and it kind of all came together, and it's so weird thinking back to, I'd never watched wrestling before, and now pretty much all I do is watch wrestling. But it's been great, and I do miss, traditional sports. I am always keeping my finger on the pulse with the Patriots, but I think one of the reasons I'm so drawn to 98.5 and the Felger and the Maz, as Fred Kirsch would call them, and listening to you guys is
Paul
because
Station.
in my opinion, it is Paul's station.
Yeah.
In my opinion, sports talk radio is like professional wrestling in a way. It's, sports entertainment. And I think you see a lot of that in the people who are really successful performers as radio hosts. So I enjoy everything that you guys do, and I'm locked in. Jimmy Stewart, who's a producer at 98.5, he's a huge wrestling fan. The Kowloon crew, I'm always texting back and forth with those guys, and we met up at WrestleMania. So that's been cool to have that tie back to, my Patriots roots.
Have they ever gotten you to go to one of their little get-togethers at the Kowloon?
I need to. I've never been to the Kowloon.
You would be a VIP.
Yeah, absolutely. She'd end up in the Wall of Fame.
Oh my God, yeah. So, but you've been to the Kowloon?
No, never, not once. I've driven past. I got to stop.
Well, if you do make plans to do that, Megan, you definitely have to let me know, because I will come and join.
All
right. Now this is interesting though, what you mentioned about Sports Talk Radio, because this has been one of Fred's recurring rants lately. Toucher, not Kirsch. Fred is really, I would say, doubled down on this, and he's not wrong. Everything has become wrestling. And whether you're talking about Stephen A. Smith going back and forth with Jaylen Brown, whether you're talking about Joe Rogan or President Trump or anyone in the world now, it seems like the new MO, again, to borrow from Fred, the new modus operandi is to treat this as a wrestling promo. I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna give you 30 seconds of just fireball rhetoric, and I'm going to state my position in a way that's going to come across to the audience in the most effective way. What should I do? I'm going to behave like a professional wrestler. It has become so commonplace, Megan. I wonder, it's Megan Morant, by the way, who's on with us. I wonder if, the wrestling people look at this and say, hey, we've been doing this for years, and now everybody's doing it. Politicians, legitimate, analysts and journalists and everyone else is adopting what we've known works for decades now. I mean, do you see that in the stuff that you see on TV?
Oh, of course. I mean, listen, you got to have a gimmick, and then you cut a promo, and you live the gimmick, and there you go. You're a professional wrestler. It's literally everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, you see it with social media influencers. You see it with, like you mentioned, Stephen A. Smith. You see it with the president. I mean, it's all about the entertainment value of it, right? What drives traffic? I mean, people are cutting promos every single day. You look around, everything is wrestling. And it's so funny to me because, people who've never watched WWE, if I tell them, I work.
Uh-oh. Maybe she fell off the porch.
Maybe she was going down a road they didn't want.
Yeah.
Triple H came through.
So,
there we go.
Now
you're cutting in and out a little bit.
You're cutting in and out. Are you walking around? Are you cooling down right now? Could you stand still? Oh, damn it.
Just got a Giardi-esque phone.
Oh, no. I can hear you guys. Can you hear me?
Now we can hear you again.
Now you're
yes.
back.
Oh, I'm back. I'm back. I don't know where I cut out, but yes, everything is professional wrestling.
Yep.
And I think the wrestling fans have noticed that for a while. But look, you get a gimmick, You cut a promo, you live the gimmick.
Yep.
You're going to drive traffic if it's successful, right?
It works.
Well, the president is a WWE Hall of Famer, correct?
That is true. Yeah, he is.
So, I mean, pulls it all together.
Wow.
My gimmicks don't work. That's why I'm still looking for a team.
Okay.
Well, now you're Skinny Paul. Is that your new gimmick? You're testing something out.
No, see, that's a perfect example. I think he lost his gimmick. It's like Jelly Roll. Not the same anymore.
Yeah. He did a heel turn by getting fit.
Yeah.
Are
no
you
one
at all
likes a
comparing
skinny
my size
Perillo. No one likes a skinny Santa. No one likes a skinny Jelly Roll.
Comparing my size to Jelly Roll?
Not anymore.
Are you still on the Diet Pepsis?
I'm sorry, Megan. What was that?
Are you still on the Diet Pepsis?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Pepsi.
You still drink a liter per show?
Oh, easy.
Jeez, that's not healthy.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I was upset this morning. I forgot I was going to take a couple of cans with me, and I forgot.
You know what?
Because you prefer it in the can.
Absolutely.
Andy,
Is VIP strippers still sending you guys lunch?
No, we haven't had a lunch provided for us in quite some time.
Since I left.
Probably since you
terrible.
left. I wonder why that is.
Yeah.
It's funny how that worked. The blonde leaves, and so does the lunch.
It's unbelievable.
Imagine that. Well, Megan, what is the next step for you in terms of the Olympic trials and all that stuff?
Oh, man. I mean, well, my time now would get me into the professional field for like the Boston Marathon and the New York City Marathon, which is pretty cool. You know, I would probably get dropped by the leaders by the first mile, but it's okay. I have the cool bib that says my name on it, and I would make my husband tell everyone he knows that his wife is a professional athlete because it would drive him nuts because he tells me constantly that I just run in straight lines. So, but I would force that. I would force that upon him. So I don't know. I think like just keep doing what I'm doing. I would love to, have the opportunity to run Boston in the pro field. I would love to run New York in the pro field. And then the big goal is the trials in St. Louis, March of 2028. And look, I never thought I would really get this far. So it's sort of just, it sounds so crazy, but my mindset's like, hey, how close can we get,
Yeah, well, it's an awesome achievement already. I still don't think it's great for you health-wise, but
we worry.
Continue doing what you're doing.
Terrible for my golf game, Hardy. I'll tell you that. Terrible.
Nothing's good for it, so it doesn't matter. There's no good or bad. It's everybody stinks, and you just got to accept it. Megan, thank you so much for taking some time to, have this little reunion here with your Patriots.com folks. It was great to catch up with you, Megan.
You guys are the best. I miss you all. Take care, Big Head. Bye, Skinny Paul.
Love you, MLB.
See you, Meg.
Megan Morant, a.k.a. Megan O'Brien, formerly of Patriots.com, now on the WWE, and hopefully an Olympic athlete, already qualified.
That's so cool.
It's unbelievable.
It is cool, but I was just thinking, so she said March of 2028.
Yeah.
We're in July of 2026. So
That's correct.
Not only is she in sub 6 minute mile shape, she has to stay in that shape for another year and a half.
See, you're a real glass half empty kind of guy. She has a year and a half to get even better.
Okay, that's a view. I was like, when can I stop doing this and just eat and give up?
But you heard her. She's an addict. She can't give it up. She couldn't give it up if she wanted to.
Yeah.
6 minute mile.
That's exactly what it is. She's actually talked to me. She's really good too. We have a member of our media relations department, Julia Palin, who was a serious runner. She ran track at LSU, and she wanted to get into some long distance stuff. So she had asked me, like, do you know Megan? Can you hook us up?
And, I asked you for some tips.
Yeah, why do you got to ruin a good
steak tips? He keeps them in his pocket just in case.
Megan was
like
kind
dog
enough,
treats.
Megan was kind enough to reach out to Julia, and they connected. And Julia actually ran her first marathon, and she won it out in Oregon. Like, I just find that whole mindset fascinating. That they're so, and it's like an addicting behavior. And they're so committed to it, and they're so talented.
Which I can relate to, but only become, it's so much more fun to become addicted to things that aren't good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing this, addicted to healthy things.
Yeah, you kept hammering that point that this isn't good for her.
I don't think it is.
Probably isn't, but neither is Pepsi, neither is whatever.
Tim McCone runs marathons all the time. McCone will tell you he puts on weight when he's training for his marathons.
Yeah.
It's a very strange thing because you're running all the time and your body
eating
is just,
all the time.
Yeah, you're just ravenous for food and carbs. And
I've run a couple marathons. I'm a marathoner.
Oh, that's right.
He is a marathon. He's
Triple
a
sniff.
marathoner.
Do you kind of bounce as you run?
That seems very
you're
offensive.
No,
Like Belichick
you're
going across the
you're very
with the chest.
You're
kinda.
stout.
like Baywatch.
Yeah, you're kind of like Harvey Keitel running a marathon. I don't think
I'm a little
really
less
has
stout.
the build either.
I don't picture long strides out of you.
No, I can't. You've seen the legs. I can't have long strides.
What's your inseam?
It's short. Very, very short.
You and Nick could probably share pants.
But I was just like, she can almost run 2 marathons in the time I run a marathon.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she can run, turn around, pass me on the way back to the start. Like,
before you get to the halfway
that
mark.
is humbling. And we can't make excuses like, she's from Zimbabwe or whatever. Like, no, I worked with her. I sat at the same cubicle as her.
Yeah.
She just happens to be able to run a 5:57. I'd fall off the treadmill if I set it to 5:57.
Yeah, for 1 mile.
Right.
That's crazy. All right. Well, let's get the headlines here, and then we'll continue with Paul and Andy here this morning, filling in for Fred on Toucher and Hardy. Hold on. feel like I've been accused of something that's not fair. It's not that I refused to talk about the Red Sox earlier. It's just that we were talking about other things that I thought were more important and more interesting.
Like
such as
Googling what if I poop all the time.
Yeah, that. Learning about Dartmouth, Mass.
Yeah.
That was in the
It's a
first
great
hour.
place.
Yeah.
I was informative.
Okay.
Come on down.
But they do deserve mention for not only the game that they won yesterday, and again, if you didn't know because you haven't been paying attention, it was a 5-0 shutout of the White Sox in Chicago, and the Red Sox now have found themselves in a position where they've won 10 of their last 12. Former high school coach, or were you a pitching coach? You were just a team manager?
I was a high school coach, but yeah.
Okay.
Pitching would definitely have been my strong area.
You are first in line for those saying, do not let this change your opinion of the Red Sox in terms of how they should treat the rest of this season.
Yeah, well, that to me is the important part, because whether they get back in the race and actually, get a wild card spot, to me is kind of irrelevant. I don't feel like this is a very good team. And I understand the whole thing about you get in the tournament, anything can happen, and third wild cards have made World Series run. Great. I just don't see it happening. And I would be, as a Red Sox fan, I'd be upset if they changed their mindset heading into this deadline. I think they have valuable pieces that they can sell off and get something good in return. I think guys like Chapman and Sonny Gray can give them quality in return. I think that the most important thing for this Red Sox team is to figure out what's going on with some of these young guys, most notably Roman Anthony, and figure out how to get him back on the field. If you don't do that, all due respect to these guys that are playing, the Monasterios and all these guys that are they're putting it together. What did you say? They won 10 out of 12, Andy?
Yeah.
Is that the
32 and 31 under Tracy?
I give them all the credit in the world for not packing it in, but you're not going anywhere with this group of players. They need to find out what the supposed nucleus of the team they had coming into the season. They need to figure out how to get Meyer and Anthony, and I think Rafael has been pretty good. I think
very good.
I think he's had a pretty good season. I think there's a guy that you want to hold on to, William Abreu. You got to figure out what's holding back the two other young guys and go from there. I love Early and Tolley, two young pitchers that you can build on in the future. But anything that disrupts that, to me, is stunting the growth. And you put some 4A players in that are playing over their heads right now, and you're on a little bit of a winning streak. I don't think it's sustainable.
But what about the pitching?
Pitching's been excellent.
So what if the pitching adds a Crochet and Tolley? You have what you have. Sonny Gray is having maybe the most overlooked great season in baseball. The guy's 10-1. I think he has the second best ERA. He's not an all-star. I feel like even people around here are kind of sleeping on it because the team sucked so bad to open the season that everybody kind of stopped paying attention, including Hardy for the first 2 hours of this program.
Yeah.
And you can't sell yourself on. You know who their best late season addition would be?
Garrett Crochet.
Roman Anthony. Bring him back from partying down south.
Personally, back to what I think is best for the team, I wouldn't have Garrett Crochet go anywhere near a mound this year.
So you've totally just given up on this season.
No, I would make sure he's okay. He's too important. I would make sure that whatever. Well, you're not worried about like shoulder, lat, like it changed. Like he's clearly had a problem heading into the season, adjusted to deal with whatever the problem was, and did something else.
Right.
Which is pitching injury 101.
Why not do the same thing with Roman Anthony?
I don't want to play him if he's hurt.
But do you want to do everything you can to get him back this season?
I think if he can, but if he can't, no. But I think to get him right, if he's hurt, like this injury, I'm a little confused about that injury.
Well, okay, there's a lot of confusion when it comes to what he's said and what doctors and Maz did a deep dive on this. I believe it was Maz who said that the injury that he described is not, I don't want to say possible, but other hand specialists, the way Roman Anthony first described his ligament situation, he said, no, that can't happen. I've never seen that before. There are hand specialists who said, I've never even heard of that, much less seen it.
Right.
So either he was confused or there was some dishonesty about, what was going on with it. And then there's the notion that maybe he's not treating his rehab as seriously as he should.
So and now I think there's something to the effect that they're sending him down to Fort Myers.
Correct.
Sort of maybe get his head straight. But that getting him right is important to me. Back to Andy, talking about, and I've been very impressed with the pitching. The starting pitching in particular. But I think Early and Tolley are two guys that you have to watch. They're going to be doing something this year that they've never done in terms of workload and innings pitched. Early's already dealing with something. He's on the IL. Tolley had to leave his last start early. Now, it looks like he came out of that okay because he was lights out Monday night or Tuesday, whenever they played Monday night. So I just think you need to be careful with these guys. A run to the 500 mark to be the third wild card, to me, shouldn't overshadow the future. And that's again, if you have a chance to make the playoffs, by all means, make the playoffs, win as many games. I'm not suggesting this is not like NBA.
But if you get an incredible offer,
3/4 of the teams were trying to lose.
You get an incredible offer for Sonny Gray, you take it.
I would take it.
Yes.
I would take it, yes.
So who's listening to those offers? So if you're because how long ago was it we heard that Cora's gone and Breslow is next? It's just when. That's the other shoot. Like, is he making decisions?
So I would say he's making the decisions in terms of trades and whatnot.
On a very short leash.
Yeah.
But who's holding the leash? John Henry?
Well, that's where.
Does he even know what's going on?
If it's financial related, yes.
Of course I do. It's my team.
Yeah, but not
bad.
It's not bad. That's not bad. But it's not really. I'm going to get into this. What is truly financial? What truly isn't? But
big money.
These are decisions. Like if you think you're going to be good next year, yeah, I want Sonny Gray in the rotation, right? Like if you're trying to win a World Series next year, if you're revamping this and whatever the plan is for the guy's 10-1 with a 2.6 ERA. Do I want him to be my 3 starter next year? Yeah, you'll have the best 3-hole starter in baseball. But that's what I don't get, and that's what I think this is weird. Like you're going to make potentially season and franchise-altering decisions, and you don't trust the guy making the decisions. So get rid of him now.
I heard on the wireless this morning they were questioning my competence. Call the constable. I want retribution.
Constable. Isn't Gray on a 1-year deal?
Oh, I thought he had another year.
I thought this was it for him. I think Contreras is...
Yeah, I wouldn't trade Contreras.
No, that's why I don't necessarily need...
Some of it
Sonny Gray or Aldis Chapman?
I would trade... I think Aroldis Chapman has been sneaky bad.
Oh, yeah.
Every time I look up, he's got like 2 guys on base.
There's
trade him because
nothing sneaky about it.
Because I think he's hurt, too. That's why I would... I absolutely...
But Contreras is my only entertainment value outside of the pitching. Good and bad. You never really know what he's going to do. So
there you go. You got your precious Red Sox conversation.
Yeah, let's go. Well done.
But not as precious to you as your precious football and your precious Patriots.
My precious Paul Perillo.
Well,
Three Ps.
And he knows a lot of alliteration from an anxious anchor placed in a powerful post.
Dad, nailed it.
Thank you. Paul Perillo knows more about the Patriots than any man alive.
That's not true.
Andy Hart, not bad himself. We'll find
Bill
out.
Dye.
We'll find out how much they do. Nobody's not doing great. I think
it's true. Sometimes he probably wishes.
I wonder if he's just waiting for this sweet release. Let us dive into the Patriots and test their knowledge here as we continue on Toucher and Hardy. Hold on.
in the home run derby. Hopefully that doesn't suck the power out of the second half of his season. And World Cup action off last night, but back at it in Foxborough at Boston Stadium, France and Morocco, the final game to be played here in New England. Those are your headlines. I'm Andy Hart for 98.5 The Sports Hub. Back at it again in about a half hour.
Listen to it, laugh at it, get mad at it, agree with it, argue about it. It is Boston Sports. Boston Sports. And it is all we do. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
And we're back. Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Brown 45. Hot, 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 hot.
It is Toucher and Hardy on 98.5 The Sports Hub. No Fred Toucher today, but both Paul Perillo and Andy Hart are here. Bit of a reunion as we worked Patriots.com pre and post together for a minute.
The good old days.
Andy left.
It was good.
Well, better than some days.
You didn't love working with us every Sunday.
I enjoyed my time at Patriots.com in the aggregate.
Who wrote this? A PR person?
Yep.
I enjoyed my time at Patriots.com.
While Rocky,
like the first time Andy left Patriots.com.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, why are we dredging here?
Sorry.
You're doing great. That's fine.
Dredging up skeletons.
But both of you guys, I was always impressed. I got him 2 Diet Pepsis. Wow. I went downstairs.
He's just a peach of a guy.
And I
Are those heavy?
No,
Diet Pepsi.
You know what? I'm thrown off by the can too.
Oh, Diet is written very small at the bottom.
Yeah.
I thought that was a Pepsi Heavy.
The Pepsi Heavy is a blue can.
He knows. Special occasions.
No, I don't drink this. I don't drink the heavy stuff anymore.
But I appreciate that from Pepsi. You know, Mountain Dew and Diet Mountain Dew, and I will drink both. But the bottles and cans are very similar in color. You really have to. And I have gotten the wrong one myself.
Yeah, Coke does the same thing. It's a red for the regular, and it's like a silver can or a white can for the Diet.
Yeah, but Coke Zero is very much like
Coke Zero is very similar.
The Coke
Because that's what they
Heavy.
want to do. They want to lure you into that.
Do they?
Yeah. They want the heavy users to maybe branch over if they're considering.
Why?
I don't know.
What do they care? As long as you drink
I
it.
think I'm in marketing.
Yeah. I don't think that's right at all.
Spitball.
You're wrong, sir.
Okay, I might be. Let me Google it.
But you're not often wrong about the Patriots. Paul hardly ever wrong about the Patriots when it comes to his encyclopedic knowledge
Why
of
do I have the
that
feeling
team.
I'm getting set up like a beep?
This is pretty.
Because you've been set up before.
This is pretty straightforward. This is pretty straightforward. There's a couple of the curveballs that we're going to throw in there, but for the most part, these are pretty straightforward. It's really just a way to illustrate how much you know, and to laugh.
We're being set up to look bad.
No,
I feel
to
we don't
laugh
like this.
At us.
I think it's funny that you know so much. I think it's kind of ridiculous. Sometimes the things that you were able to recall.
It is true. And just to back you up, like, he is famous for, you say, like, that Jets game 97, and he'll go, ooh, week 3, little drizzly. They won 10-7 on the late field goal by this guy. Boom, boom, boom. And you're like, holy crap, that
Or
was
that
right.
time, who was the guy who reached behind him to grab that pass?
Troy Brown.
See, he knows. He's
Giants.
coming across the middle. Like, he knows things like this. He can tell
Interesting
you.
note, that game was played on a Saturday.
See?
This is what I'm talking
That's what he
about.
does.
96.
So, yes, you can back. I want to add to your praise of Paul Perillo, just in case he is being set up to look bad. I will co-sign on the fact that the man knows everything from certain eras of Patriots history.
The last time I was set up like this, it was Andy doing the setting up, and we had this whole setup, Hardy, like this. You know, you can't stump him, and then it was like we had like these hot wings. You know, it was all various styles of like buffalo wings, and they got hotter and hotter, and you know, it was a tribute. Andy would be like, you know, who wears number 12 for the Patriots? And Andy would go, Tom Brady. Oh, okay. And I would get like, how many punt return yards did Troy Brown compile in his career? And I would have to eat a wing, like, for not knowing the exact number of yards.
And this was on live TV.
Yeah.
And it was funny for Paul to see the realization as the bit unfolded.
Yeah. It got to the point, Hardy. So I would guess on the first one, and then when the second one was equally as easy for Andy and ridiculous for me, I go, okay, I see what's going on here. I didn't even give an answer.
Just start eating away.
Yeah. Did you have milk?
Hilarity ensued.
Did you have milk?
No.
Oh, see, that's.
But the back of my head started sweating, the bald area,
Yeah.
which was pretty much the whole thing now.
I was going to say.
The bald area?
Yeah, sweaty head.
Which is pretty much the whole thing.
I was going to say, you could point out the hair area.
Oh, he already leaned into
So
it. You
mean.
don't have to
He's
do it
so
once he already
mean.
points it out.
And now
I thought
here's
you
what he's
told
gonna
me
say, the
that's what
truth
you
is
do in
never
this
mean.
seat.
Just for that, I'm going to give the first question to you.
It's going to be hard, isn't it?
In 2000, Tom Brady was the fourth quarterback on the New England Patriots depth chart. Can you name the quarterback just ahead of him at number 3?
John Freeze? No, Michael Bishop. Sorry. Michael Bishop.
Very good. Paul knew that. What round was Michael Bishop drafted in, Paul?
7th.
Very good.
Out of?
Kansas State.
Remember we met his cousin, the security guard in Houston?
Oh, yeah.
Let us in.
Yeah.
Really nice woman. We were locked out and lost, and she was Michael Bishop's cousin or aunt, and she let us in.
What are the odds?
We walked all the way around that place, too.
Paul's bald spot, sweaty that day.
All right, now this is
Bald spot wasn't quite as pronounced back in those days.
in Houston, though. It's going to be sweaty.
Yeah.
It's going to be hot.
A little swampy.
How about this? Who wore number 82 during the 2003 season?
Is that an 81?
No, that's
That is
for you.
82. Wait. 2003?
Yes. I'll give you a hint. He was a first-round draft pick in 02.
Daniel Graham.
I would have got that, too.
You would have got that?
Yeah.
Did you know
what do you
right
call
off
him?
the go?
No, but the second he said that, what do we used to call him? Stone Hands Graham?
I think that's what you called him.
Oh, I was
I
lumping
like
you
Daniel
in.
Graham.
He was no
nice guy. The only guy on the field, you could tell when he caught the ball because it made an
It did
awful
make a
noise.
different noise.
Like slapping up against
sometimes,
concrete.
Like, and you'll see this with A.J. Brown because he has a little of it, from when it. But like Randy Moss, like the ball would just be part of his hands.
Yeah.
Like it would be no noise at all.
Like an egg toss.
Yes.
Totally the opposite when Daniel Graham caught it.
Jerry Rice, remember his drill? You catch bricks, so you'd have soft hands. Daniel Graham, it would smash the brick.
Just pulverize.
Shatter it.
All right, this one's to you, Andy.
Uh-oh.
In December 2005, in a game against the Buccaneers, which offensive lineman caught his first NFL touchdown pass after lining up as an eligible tight end?
2005. Is this my guy, Paul?
I think so.
Tom Ashworth.
Unbelievable.
The nicest
I'm giving you
Patriot
fist
that
bumps
ever
for that.
existed.
Because
Come on.
He might be.
he knew that. That's huge. That's a tough question.
Nicer than
He's one of the nicest guys I've
David
ever met.
Andrews?
Oh, David Andrews. Is,
And that's not a shot at David Andrews.
No.
I have
Just-
a long list of really nice guys that we've been
Here's one little
lucky
tale.
enough to meet.
Comes into the locker room eating something. We're like, oh, that looks good. Oh, you want me to go back in and get you guys some? Not too many players would offer to go back to the cafeteria and get you a plate
Literally
of what he's eating.
asked us if he wanted us to go back in and make a plate for us.
Tom Ashworth, buddy.
And that's another one that if Bill ever found out would not have ended well.
I'm looking up where he's from. You guys could
Colorado.
probably tell me. Wow, I would have expected like Southern hospitality, like he grew up in
Colorado guy, and he went back
Georgia.
to Colorado. I think he's in the real estate development business out there.
Oh, good for him. It's booming. All right, you guys are the
Real estate business.
three
so.
for three. What Patriots quarterback? Oh, this is so easy.
Why you give him the easy one? I got Tom Ashworth. That should have been hard.
That was a hard
If
question.
we weren't so good, that would have been hard.
What Patriots quarterback led them to their only 2 wins in the 1992 season?
Oh, Broadway Zoe.
Scott Zolak. That is correct. Okay.
Pointing around the RCA dome, right? Running
Yeah.
around.
When you're when did he shoot the arrow up toward the roof of the? Is that the one you're talking about?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Parcells told him never do that.
You got to enjoy it while you can. I'm with Zoe.
Would have been a different time then if it was Parcells. That would be 93.
Oh, okay.
See, the frickin' fact checker over here gets in the way of
So it
it.
must have been a different game because I think it was at the Georgia Dome when he did the
Oh, okay.
arrow.
Oh, that was
Oh, yeah.
95 then. Yeah.
Jesus.
Georgia Dome because that's the
What
year that
game?
Drew, that's the year Drew got hurt.
What game?
The pin in the finger?
You want me?
What
to,
week?
You want to do this?
Yeah.
The Patriots got screwed. Maurice Hurst picked off a pass, returned it for a touchdown, and they called a garbage pass interference on the play.
FIFA.
Nullified the play. Zoe should have won that game.
Whom did Zolak throw 2 interceptions to in a game, and who was he then tackled by on the sideline afterward?
There's a lot there.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
I got
You guys don't know? Deion Sanders picked Zoe off twice in a game, and then Goldberg on the sideline. As Zoe ran to give Deion a late hit out of bounds, Goldberg went over and tossed Zoe out of the club.
Oh, that's tremendous.
Yeah.
Now that's a good story.
That's a good one.
I'll remember that now.
We were trying to recount that story at the Super Bowl with Deion Sanders. We were in Houston.
Didn't work.
And no, Deion was like into it, and then somebody walked by.
Distracted Zoe.
No, distracted Deion in the middle of the interview. I can't remember who it was. I don't think it wasn't Antonio Brown. Who walked by? And Deion's like, "Hey, there's my man," and stood up in the middle of the interview and left. And went over.
There goes that story.
And talked to a guy that he wanted to talk to way more than he wanted to talk to us.
It happens.
We've
all been there.
Not all that often. I was just telling this story yesterday to Seth Wickersham when Sean Payton sat down with us. I think it was the next year. And they were trying to get Payton away from the table because he had another interview. And they were trying to pull him away. And he was like giving him the slap to his handler because he was locked in and focused and doing his Jedi mind trick thing. It's like, you're the most important person in the room right now, so I'm talking to you. And I had to like avert my eyes. I'm like, you're making me uncomfortable. I'm really not important. I'm a nobody. You don't have to look at me like that, sir. But I appreciate it.
Dion was looking right past you.
Oh, yeah. He was.
Could you move your head a little? I can't see who that person is.
He was looking to better deal us the moment he sat down with us.
Yep.
All right. I guess this one goes back to you, Andy.
Uh-oh.
Patriots drafted Chris Canty from what school?
Chris Canty. Paul knows this. See, this is early. I was in high school.
This is 97.
Yeah.
Drafted 29.
Give you a hint.
Give me a hint.
The school has already been mentioned.
Kansas State.
Very good. All right.
It's what I was going to say, but I didn't know why I wanted to say it. I didn't have anything other than just blind faith.
You know what? In that chair, I'm glad you came up with that because, as I often have to tell Wallach, it's not what you know, it's what you can deduce. And he's very bad at deduction. He's not able to deduce things, but you just did it.
Out of nowhere.
There was only 2 choices. He had Colorado and Kansas State to choose from. Those are the only 2 schools we talked about.
If he were paying attention to the schools that were mentioned, which I was not.
Right.
Okay. This one is for Paul. I don't think he'll get this because it's not
challenge.
It's not gridiron based.
Challenge accepted.
Tom Brady's late dog Lua passed away in December of 2023. What is the name of his current dog from which Lua's DNA was used to make the clone?
I have, no idea.
I'll give you a hint. This name has not been mentioned.
Spot.
No,
I have no idea.
Bill.
Junie.
Junie?
Junie.
Yeah. That whole cloning corporation.
Oh, you're not into that? You don't think that was a good idea for
and
Brady
his
to
statements about it.
Oh, you really?
Leverage. He used the word leverage in the love of his dog.
You thought that was a weird billionaire-esque thing for a weird guy to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Maybe one of the weirdest. Maybe one of the things he's done that I like the least in his post-playing career.
And that list is long for you.
Yeah, it is.
How about this one for you, Andy?
Okay.
What Patriots player signed as an undrafted free agent in 2018 was waived in the final round of cuts in September? I need the player's name and my pronunciation of that player. I'll give you the biggest of all hints. Do you already know it? He is a punter.
A punter?
Signed with the Patriots as an undrafted free agent in 2018.
Now I know it.
Waived in the final round of cuts. I need his name and my pronunciation of the name. We worked together that year. You should know this.
I do not. Paul, tell me.
Boyakis.
Oh.
Boyakis.
Boyakis. I liked him.
No, you have to do the TH on the Z.
Castilian.
Like, Miguel Angel Jimenez. You have to say.
Olathabo.
Boyoketh. Olathabo.
Went out to have a nice career.
He's still in the league, right?
Buffalo.
I believe so.
Cleveland, I
Cleveland.
think.
Like, he's been around quite a bit.
Okay.
Paul?
Yes.
What did the Patriots nearly name themselves after transitioning away from the Boston moniker in 1971?
It's easy. You helped me, I'll help you.
Yeah, go ahead. I don't know it.
I believe it's the BS Patriots, the Bay State
Bay State
Patriots.
Very good.
Good, Andy.
Massachusetts, the only state, as I believe, that uses a non-derivation of the state name to refer to its residents. We are known as Bay Staters here in Massachusetts. Every other state, you're a Michigander, you're an Iowan, you're a Kentuckian.
Well, we're massholes.
Not in generally accepted terminology,
Okay.
Andy.
Is that a fact? We're the only...
Yeah.
What about the Ocean Staters? Isn't that Rhode Island?
I don't know. Rhode
think it's
Island.
the Ocean
no, Rhode
Staters.
Islanders.
Are you a Connecticuter?
I hear Ocean Staters a lot.
Connecticutians.
No. You're from the Nutmeg.
Granite State. Granite Staters.
Yeah.
Up in...
New Hampshire.
I think you were dead wrong on that.
Yeah.
Give me your little buzzer on Hardy.
I'll give it to you, but I'll look up that list next. All right, couple more. In 1971, Andy.
I'm in trouble.
Why did the town of Foxborough refuse to issue an occupancy permit before the very first game at the newly built Schaefer Stadium? What infrastructure issue caused them to nearly refuse the occupancy permit? Paul knows.
Is this like the big flush thing? The
Very good.
toilet
It
issues?
was the plumbing issue, so they had a bunch of volunteers come in and flush at the same time to prove that the plumbing was up to snuff.
So they've been fighting for like 5 decades now. More than that.
I don't know what you're talking about, Andy.
Yeah, Paul, what are your thoughts on the lawsuits back and forth?
Not at all.
Finally, Paul, this is for you and your new buddy Mike Vrabel. True or false? Gillette Stadium costs more money to build than Patriot Place.
That's true.
Oh! That's not fair, though. That's not really a Patriots question.
Patriot Place cost more than the construction of Gillette Stadium itself.
I see what you did with the Mike Vrabel part.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's a big fan.
Yeah.
Big fan of the
Traded out of town.
spending that went to went to build Patriot Place. All right, you gentlemen did very well.
I think we did, because there was even some kind of off the beaten path questions there.
What is this one? Oh, now this one.
CBS.
This is the
NFL
old
on
CBS.
CBS.
one. Yeah.
In the late 70s.
I am happy that Paul came up with Boyoketh. Yeah, that was my favorite. All right, very good. Well done, gentlemen.
Thank you.
We will continue here. We are going to get much more into the Jaylen Brown saga and Paul's position on it, which surprised me. It surprised me when we were talking off the air about it this morning. We'll talk about that next here on Toucher and Hardy. Hold on. wife's
Obviously,
brother-in-law.
Beth's sister is my sister-in-law, and I call him my brother-in-law, and he thinks that's not my brother-in-law.
It's your wife's brother-in-law.
I feel dumber for having talked.
Right. So we had this whole
conversation.
Yeah. These are the things that happened after you left.
Good Lord.
Well, these are also the things that happen on a golf course when Paul invites me to drive 2 hours up to some tournament and then leaves after 7 holes and leaves me to finish the round with 3 very nice guys who I had a nice time with. But
So much so that you came back the next year and played with all of us again. So stop your. I mean, this has really gone tiring. It's tiresome.
Well,
move on. Find another thing to.
You
bitch
know
about.
what you did, and you know you were wrong.
I was gone for like 5 holes.
You left. You left in the middle of the day.
I did, and I apologize profusely.
And you left us in a scrambled team short a person.
Yeah, but that should have helped because that allowed,
Yeah,
that allowed you to hit the ball twice.
Well, or someone on the team to hit the ball twice.
You're supposed to be the ringer.
And that is the dumbest thing maybe out of all the dumb things that you've done in your life is bring me in as a ringer. I guess that I'm the furthest thing from it. And then you tell people I'm bringing a ringer.
I never told anybody I was bringing
You told the guys that we were playing with. At least one of them.
Are you not good?
No.
He's very good.
No, I'm not.
He's very good. I've played with him several times. He's very good.
I am not. You know who is very good?
Jaylen Brown.
But Paul doesn't want him here.
Just not at being a teammate.
Okay, you have to.
God forbid he learned the numerology and the zodiac symbols of all his teammates last year so he could reach them on a better level as a leader.
You have to explain this to me. The guy who was your MV, you know what? I don't think I would bring that up. That's actually kind of goes down the.
No, he was trying to be the best leader he could to carry that team to the promised land.
And Kyrie Irving was trying to be a good teammate by burning sage. It's not something I want on my team. I'd rather
like crazy leaders.
Yeah, I'd rather ignore that part of it. I'd rather lean into the Finals MVP aspect of his career. I'd rather lean into the fact that he led this team and made the players around him better while Jason Tatum was out for most of this past year. And look at those things. Look, he is not your traditional.
What did he make better? They got knocked out in the first round.
Yeah, when Tatum came back and then skipped the final game.
Okay. Were you expecting Ugo and Baylor Shireman to play to the level that they played at last year?
I didn't know anything about Ugo. He's an 18-year-old kid. I would have expected Shireman to move.
Well, do your
Hauser
homework
out,
before you
yes.
come in here next time.
No, I didn't. Going into the season, I didn't know anything about Ugo Gonzalez.
What were you
He's a young
expecting? Okay,
kid.
you know anything about Baylor Shireman?
I thought he would be replacing Hauser.
Okay,
and he kind of did.
And you thought they'd be the 2 seed.
I thought they'd probably be a 3 or 4 seed.
More optimistic than many.
50 wins was my preseason prediction. They won 56. I didn't realize that two-thirds of the league were openly going to try to lose.
Oh, so it wasn't their wins, it was others' losses.
Listen, I don't care what happens in the regular season. I only care what happens in the playoffs. That was an embarrassing first-round loss to
I
a
agree.
bad team.
I still can't believe he sat out Game 7 and admitted on the record that he would have played Game 1.
Andy.
That's the most embarrassing thing that's happened to the Celtics in recent history.
Okay, so you would hold on 1 second. You and I are on an island on this. Nobody else.
As I joked, Larry Bird was rolling in his grave.
Will give me like the time of day when it comes to this, right? Not one person.
Because he's Gatto Green.
What are we
He's
talking
been
about?
put on a pedestal and this
Jason
ascension.
Tatum tapping out of Game 7.
Okay. So
And then somehow Jaylen Brown getting blamed for not being able to carry the team to a win when Jason Tatum was on the court for the previous losses in that series, but no one wants to mention that. Oh, no, Jaylen Brown had a chance to assert himself and
He was on
rise
the
above
court
and
for the
win Game
previous
7.
wins, too.
What's that?
He was on the court for the previous wins, too.
Sure.
Yeah, but nobody talks.
So was JB.
Nobody wants to question the Tatum sitting in Game 7, and a lot of people want to blame Brown for not being able to get them a win in Game 7.
I think a lot of people are questioning him for sitting in Game 7. To the point where they're now saying that he taps out of games when that's really the only time it's ever happened.
Well, let me tell you, sitting here and talking about it and hearing back from people and hearing from even like I thought Max would be on my side on this. I really did. I thought Cedric Maxwell, if anybody, will at least give this some credibility. And he didn't say, shut up, idiot, you don't know what you're talking about. He just took it as a matter of fact that it's like, no, he couldn't play. He was hurt. I'm like, but he said he would have played in Game 1 of the next round.
I don't know if he could have played or not because I guess I'm not privy to the inside information that you guys have. I don't know.
It's not inside. It was, he said I would have played game 1.
Yeah,
so
that doesn't mean he could have played game 7. You never missed a game before that you couldn't play and could play the next one?
I think that's a tough sell, especially in this city. Tom Brady's thumb, Kurt Schilling's ankle. Like in this city, that's a tough sell.
I want you guys to answer a question to me honestly. You guys are, and this is not like, this is going to come off like I hate Jaylen Brown, and I don't. I think they're both really good players. I don't love either one of them, like off the court, to be honest with you. I think that they both have some flaws to their personalities, their games on the court, off the court, their teammate, all that stuff. I want you to answer this question honestly about Jaylen Brown. When he found out that Jason Tatum wasn't playing in Game 7, how do you think he felt?
You mean like happy or disappointed?
Yep.
Like in that sort of realm?
Yep.
I think disappointed.
He was thrilled.
I
think he was thrilled. Now I get to show everybody with Game 7, this is what we did all year. I carried the team. I think he was excited about it. And then he went 12 for 27.
Wow.
Whether or not he was excited about it, or whether or not he was disappointed because he had to have known it was going to give them a better chance to win. I think even Jaylen Brown, in his most
I think he thinks the offense
state,
runs better when Jason Tatum's not out there. We're all freer.
Yeah, there's been some comments about that. As you
said. He said it after that game.
I know.
Right before he said that this was his favorite season ever, first round knockout.
Well, let me ask you this then. Do you think he's right in some regard that this team had somehow stagnated or plateaued with both of them out there?
So I agree with that. I don't think that they were going to win another title together unless something dramatically changes. With their mindsets. I think the reason I think they had some success, and then I'm going to take your side on this one. The reason, first of all, I'm not going to get into the snarky side of their title in 24. Yeah, when the other team's best player gets hurt, they can make a run. But the reason that they had success in my mind was because Tatum didn't have to do it all. Brown was the lead guy in a lot of different examples in that postseason run. And I think if they could do that all the time, not necessarily have to have one guy, it's my team, and you can blame Tatum for that. That's why I said I'm taking your side on this. I thought Jaylen Brown was excellent in that postseason run. And I thought Tatum was really good, but Brown was probably better and deserved to get the MVP in both of those series that he did. But I don't see that happening on a regular basis. I think Brown got a taste of doing it all by himself. Now he is convinced more than I think he's always thought it, but now I think he's convinced more than ever that he's better than Tatum, and he doesn't have to take a backseat to him ever.
This may be the biggest question looming over all of this, the one that we still don't have an answer on, because you can listen to Brad Stevens and Chisholm and listen to Brown and Tatum and come up with financial reasons why. Even though the Paul George contract is so head-scratching, and why they chose to deal with Philly and why they didn't wait, all that remains out there in the ether. Like, there's still no real good explanation for that. But the bigger question that still looms is, why do other teams not value Jaylen Brown? Is it also just because of the money? Is it the contract? Or is there something about his game, either optically or statistically, that other teams looked at and said, well, number one, the ask is way too high. And even if that's just an opening salvo in a negotiation, you're scaring us off. Or B, more problematic, we just don't want him. Why?
I think the answer is yes. You've given, analytics, this whole analytic thing on, off, and the different asks. There are teams in this league that are analytically motivated. There was a quote in one of those ESPN stories about how we're going down the road of baseball and analytics, and there's more advanced degrees in front offices now than ever, and not actually basketball people and scouts. So I think there's probably one core that says analytically he's not that good. And I also think the finances. He was never the best player in the NBA. He just happened to come at the perfect time with the new CBA and the contract rules, and it blew up to get the contract he's given. Hell, Brad was bitching about it, right? The 35%, if this was 25%, he might still be here. They're lobbying for a new rule, essentially, like a Jaylen Brown rule. Used to have the Larry Bird rule. Maybe you'll now have the Jaylen Brown rule, that you can draft, develop, and keep a guy who reaches a certain level but isn't really at that. I also think there's something to the Stephen A. Smith thing. I've never poo-pooed people don't like Jaylen Brown. Some portion of an audience, whether it's fans, whether it's teammates, whether it's owners, whether it's coaches, there's a portion of people that he rubs the wrong way. Like, that's a reality. And I can see that as a big Jaylen Brown fan.
I think that's kind of where I fall. But what I see, Andy just rattled off like 3 or 4 different things. And I think there's truth probably to all of them.
And maybe he eliminated a couple. There's also been reports like, I don't want to play there.
Okay.
I don't want to play there.
I don't know about that stuff, but again, I don't cover the Celtics. I'm not tied into this as much as a lot of other people are. But I just think that's the number one question that I think that's the most difficult to answer is how did this guy who is so good, and I'm not meaning this snarky.
Yeah.
I'm saying how does this guy who is so good, one of the, I mean, at worst, 10 best players in the league, not garner more than Paul George in a trade? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Don't forget the picks.
You know, I mean,
those 2 2s,
but
those
I mean,
second-round picks that even Brad poo-pooed.
But I mean, 2 1s and 2 2s. Like, if it was like 3 1s, and you know, you did send them to a team like Andy's talking about, like that's not projected to be in the playoffs,
and Edgecombe.
You know, then you could say, or if they had gotten Edgecombe,
changes everything.
Yes. A young, talented player, as opposed to, you know, Paul George, terrific career, but he's 36. Like, that's done. So I still can't figure out how that's all they got, and I can't figure out, I mean, just on the surface, how Milwaukee looked at what Miami offered and what the Celtics offered and took Miami.
See, I don't really understand. I can make sense of the Milwaukee one more because what Milwaukee obviously is trying to do is tear it down to the studs and just rebuild and get as much draft capital as we can and get some young players that we're not going to have to pay a lot to and just go from there. If you get Jaylen Brown back, well, wait a second. Now we're kind of taking half measures. We're not tearing it down to the studs if we have a top 15 player in the league paying a max contract to. That's not tearing it down and starting
whose
over.
Draft picks are going to be, I mean, aren't the draft picks going to be similar? Miami's and the Celtics? Miami should be better.
But you still have Jaylen Brown on your team, and that's not what Milwaukee wants right now.
Right. You trade a star for a lesser star. You're still kind of in a certain
They don't want a star right now.
You don't want to win games, which I don't know what Milwaukee's plan is, but then you move Jaylen Brown.
They're on a 2-3 year plan, which is
right.
but
Tyler Hero or Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown's a better player. Like, so you can get more for him.
What rubs you the wrong way about Jaylen Brown?
Seemed like a loaded question.
No, because
I like open-ended questions. Why don't you dig your own grave here?
No, I think that he's more concerned with being the man than he is with winning.
Okay.
Is he more concerned about being the man than the guy who we've bestowed the man, who said he was the face of the NBA? Not just the face of the Celtics. Jason Tatum believes he's the face of the NBA.
This is kind of becoming like a little of 2001, like Brady and Bledsoe.
Oh, absolutely.
When you say something good or bad about one of them doesn't mean the opposite's true for the other. Like, I don't love Tatum either. I think they're both really talented players. I think that they've won a lot of games together. There's a lot about Tatum's game that I don't like either.
By the way, if Jaylen Brown did believe that he was the man and became kind of consumed with being the man, do you know who is to blame for that? In a huge part, the Celtics, who propped him up as the man, as they knew Jason Tatum wasn't going to be playing for the majority, or maybe they didn't know if he was going to play at all this past season. At Media Day, it was all about Jaylen Brown. We're going to bring Jaylen Brown around. We're going to have our entire social media team focusing on Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is the story. He's the man. So why wouldn't he believe that? Oh, and you know what? He was the man.
He was. And can I bring like a little conspiracy?
Just like he was the man in the championship run in 2022.
Can I bring a conspiracy here? They tried to major league Jaylen Brown, and it didn't work. I think they may have created a situation where he was going to scuffle, fall on his face, dribble the ball with his left hand off his left knee 1,000,000 times last year, and they were going to subjugate his ego for him by exposing him, therefore creating a more definitive hierarchy for the Boston Celtics. Instead, he went out and carried their asses to 50-plus wins, the number 2 seed in the East, and proved he was an MVP candidate, and ruined their little scheme.
Not bad. I don't think it's right, but I love it. I'll
take it.
I don't think that was the plan, but I love the way you're thinking.
I have a lot of those. I like it too.
I think there's a chance of that. They thought, there's a chance this goes sideways.
And it'll be perfect. That way, he's going to be so easy to get rid of. Everyone will be begging for us to get rid of Jason or Jaylen Brown at the end of the season.
I think it's keep him as Robin. Now he has, they knew in his mind he was Batman.
Okay.
But one of those.
He became.
I think one of those two things, either one of them, I think the Celtics would have been fine with. Because we haven't talked about it yet, and necessarily with this conversation, but let's not dismiss the contract like that. Can we all be adults and say that they didn't want to give him that extension?
Yeah, right. And Chisholm is taking his fair share of criticism in this. I mean, you look at the moves that the team has made since he took over. Wow.
You think they've shed some salary?
Oh, Jesus. It's
but it's not about the money.
It's good, and no, not about the money. It's not about the financials. It's going to be happening all over the league. It's just unfortunate that it started happening here in Boston.
Almost the very first thing Brad Stevens said was, "You can't have two guys making 70% of the cap."
Yeah,
it's like, so if that's not about the money, I don't know what is.
All right, let's step aside here, and we'll continue with both Paul Perillo and Andy Hart on this Fredless Thursday on Toucher and Hardy on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines.
Headlines here on the Sports Hub. Red Sox beat the White Sox 5-0. Jake Bennett, 7 scoreless innings. And the Red Sox, if you haven't been paying attention, have won 10 of their last 12 games out of last place and only 3 games out of a wild card spot. Wilson Contreras will take part in the Home Run Derby next week at All-Star Weekend in Philadelphia. And the World Cup was off yesterday, but today they get back at it, including in Foxborough. Boston Stadium hosts its final game of the World Cup. France plays Morocco, or I should say match. Sports Hub headlines brought to you by Michelob Ultra. Watch the world's biggest matchups with 98.5 The Sports Hub. Details at 985thesportshub.com. Presented by Michelob Ultra, the official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026. I'm Andy Hart here on Toucher and Hardy on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Next headlines in about a half hour.
Toucher and Hardy, 98.5 The
and over and over and over. It's just never good. It wasn't funny the first time.
Toucher and Hardy, mornings on the Sports Hub.
I don't want to move off of this Jaylen Brown thing quite yet.
You know a show and a topic is good when it really didn't stop when the red light went off.
No, you're right.
We were yelling at each other during the break, basically.
Well, you guys just don't look at it objectively. That's all.
No, but I guess I'm glad that it was, in any situation like that, it's going to end up being 2-on-1. If we all agreed on something, we would not have, taken it off the air. And I'm glad that it was me and Andy versus Paul.
Yeah.
Because if it were me and you versus
that's true.
Andy, then things would have gotten really uncomfortable. He would make it personal, and he would start saying things that are all out of
He
line.
starts punching his way out of the corner. He just lands haymakers.
Yeah.
He gets very hurtful.
Yeah. And
very hurtful.
There's no way you would both disagree with me because my opinions are always so good that at least one person in the room.
Yeah, now if it was Andy and I against you, we would have gotten you to leave the studio, and I'm still holding out hope. I got another hour and 10 minutes.
I think we've lost our fastball.
Yeah, we would definitely have done it by now.
Yeah.
We used to do it in a show that was half the amount of time as this.
True.
But somehow had far fewer commercials.
But you remember what was the best part of the post-game show, though? Boss man Fred Kirsch coming down.
Oh.
Everybody loves a donut.
Yeah.
I thought the best part of the postgame show was the player interviews that Paul hated.
Oh, man, do I hate those.
Do the players know?
Last year, 14 wins, Andy.
I know. You loved it when they stunk.
I was inundated.
You loved it when they
I
stunk.
was
There's no
inundated
players.
with player interviews.
Who are some of the luminaries that you were joined by in the post game last year?
I never have necessarily any problem with the individual player that we get. I think we talked about this earlier. Like, you can count on one hand in the 27 years, whatever it's been now, 28 years, the guys that I didn't like. We have great. Ramondre Stevenson last year after one of the games was phenomenal.
Okay.
He's one of my favorite guys.
I'm not saying didn't like. I'm just saying
I just
a little
really
further
like
down the
doing
depth chart than maybe you know.
We got relevant players in most of the games. I'm sure they weren't all home runs, but for the most part, we get guys that were relevant players in the game.
While I'm thinking of it, and I don't think you would claim this, but I think Fred Kirsch claims that the Patriots had the first podcast.
Yeah.
Is it the first
the
podcast?
world's original podcast.
Or the first sports podcast?
No, I believe it was the first.
First podcast, and I believe he sticks with the longest running continuous podcast or whatever.
He definitely sticks with that.
Now, how does one arrive at that
Fact check
conclusion?
that?
Yes.
I don't know.
Well, it was definitely among the first podcasts because it existed as internet radio. So as soon as podcast became a thing, which kind of came with the iPod, like that's where podcast comes from. And that first, the brick of that thing. So they had already done hundreds, thousands of episodes
So
before
you
then.
download this recorded show onto your iPod.
And then
It is
listen
a
at the gym.
Podcast.
But they had been doing it forever.
I never thought of that.
You know the whole story.
We started before Andy even was working for us.
I mean, I took it to the next level, but...
Of course.
But they started Patriots.com before NFL.com. Like things of that nature down there.
Does anyone ever call and say they miss Andy there?
Not really.
No. I even in that first
hurtful.
year, I don't remember people saying that.
It's hurtful.
Well, Mike is just such a delightful guy.
He is.
He's
Everyone
such
loves
a contrast to
him.
you.
That
Everyone
is
loves
true.
him.
He's so
Solid.
damn likable.
He really is.
I will tell you, though, with Alex Barth last Friday, whatever my debut here on 98.5 The Sports Hub, we got a call in regards to the Tides argument between me and Fred Kirsch. The famous Tides argument.
I don't know about the Tides argument.
Do rivers have tides?
You want to?
I would think so.
Yeah, you'd be right.
A big enough river would have its waters affected by the gravitational pull of the moon.
So you would be right. Fred would be wrong, as always. And we were in
During a draft show.
live draft show in the club at Gillette Stadium. We got into this argument early because, Patriots picking a little bit later. So we're just doing general draft build up. And this derailed the show. We were screaming to the point where I screamed, I can't effing wait to rub your face in the mud at low tide in the river. And Fred goes, all right, time to go to a break because I had
45
sworn.
minutes later.
It's the greatest argument in the history of PFW radio.
Yeah,
I mean, now that we have AI overview, yes, rivers can experience tides.
Yeah, I know.
If you keep Googling, you're going to find the opposite too, because this was going to shock you, Hardy. There was a major argument going on Patriots.com radio that Paul was not involved in.
Oh.
We were screaming at each other, Fred
This
and I.
does not happen very often. Usually I elicit these kinds of responses. But so Fred and Andy are going back and forth, and Paul is playing the role of the instigator in the background, and I'm just Googling stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I put my hand up, and I would read what that just said.
To support one side and
Right.
then find something
and then
that
I
contradicts
would scroll down and basically the opposite. So I was, however, so-and-so says this.
Yeah.
And then I would just go back and not say anything for another 10 minutes, and they would scream at each other.
It was good. It was fun. But yeah, somebody
good
called
stuff.
last week and brought it up on
Good
these very
stuff. Good
airwaves here,
times.
98.5.
Good times.
I like it. All right. We can continue with the Jaylen Brown stuff if you'd like to. And by the way, I see one caller on hold. I need to find out who that is and what they want to talk about. Okay. But we have some NFL stuff to get to, too, which seems only appropriate, seeing as we have our Patriots guy in here, and Paul Perillo, and Andy, who spent many years with
Not
the
28,
organization.
though.
Many years with the organization. So we will do that as we continue here on Toucher and Hardy. Hold on.
Stay tuned for
Again next week in Philly. And the World Cup was off last night, but they're back at it today, including down in Foxborough at quote-unquote Boston Stadium, where France will play against Morocco at 4 p.m. Your headlines this hour brought to you by East Coast Metal Roofing. Right now, during their Beat the Summer promotion, Sports Hub listeners get 10% off the cost of a new roof. Call East Coast Metal Roofing and never replace your roof again. 844-611-ECMR or eastcoastmetalroofing.com. That's your headlines here at 9 o'clock. I'm Andy Hart here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. More Toucher and Hardy next.
This is what happens when analysts take over the games, take over the sport.
This is where you talk sports.
It happens all the time.
The Sports Hub.
Ticket not punched.
Hardy.
No, the ticket's not punched.
Fred.
You got a bunch of stuff wrong when you talk. So much for this country.
Toucher and Hardy.
I guess this country's a bunch of buffoons that don't know the rules. You idiot.
The Sports Hub.
There's something to say about the Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum situation. Go ahead, Leo. What do you got?
Hey, yeah, so it's on Game 7. So, like, Jalen had the chance to, show that it's his team. And then Joe Mazzulla throws it the bench to play with him. Like, yeah, you're not going to, do my boy like that. Pretty much set him up for failure.
Okay, so an interesting theory that has been taken to a new level by someone who believes that the starting of those particular players in Game 7 was a means to what?
Further the conspiracy theory I had about they were major leaguing this season. Jaylen Brown screwed that up during the regular season by winning 50-plus games and getting the 2 seed in the conference. And if you lived up to the chalk, so to speak, and you go to the Eastern Conference Finals, let's say, right? You're the 2 seed. You're supposed to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. Well, then we can't blow this up. You're not subjugated in any way. We haven't created a way for you to be the happy-go-lucky Robin number 2 option here. We got to keep it together. So all of it blows up in their faces. So conveniently, some reports as late as 48 minutes. Was that what I saw? 48 minutes before the game, Jaylen Brown found out that Jason Tatum wasn't playing. Conveniently,
Had a little
interestingly.
celebration.
And virtually everybody in this Green Team Nation, as you pointed out earlier, is overlooking one of the more unforgivable tap-outs in Boston sports history.
Let me push back on Snarky Paul there. There was no report of a celebration from Jaylen Brown when he found out that Jason Tatum wasn't playing.
There were no reports that Jason Tatum tapped out either.
I don't have to report it. It's a fact. He wasn't out there.
But tapping out implies that he could have been.
Well, he said he'd be out there for Game 1, so...
I mean, you've never had I don't even know why. To be honest, I was in Italy. I don't even know what the injury was that he missed the game with. So, you never twisted.
No one does because he didn't
come back.
Can't hide money.
Evidently that's okay to just blindly go with. Okay, so that's fact now. He could have played.
Yeah,
fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. Then I'm saying it's a fact that Jaylen Brown was happy that Tatum didn't play because he had a chance to win by himself. Fact.
Okay. What do you believe that? Because we talk about this all the time.
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know what you believe? You don't even know what I've asked yet. Do you believe Jason Tatum was hurt or injured for Game 7?
Push it, Hardy.
So I feel like I need more information on this because didn't he
He had an Achilles rupture. Maybe you heard about that,
But didn't he? What was he dealing with at the end of Game 6? Again, I was in Italy when that series
It was his
unfolding,
It was his other leg. It wasn't
but
the
isn't
Achilles
that the
leg.
injury that kept him out?
It was it was the other leg.
So is it not possible that something happened in Game 6 that prevented him from playing in Game 7?
But not Game 1.
Yes, he hurt himself in Game 6, or did he injure himself in Game 6? What do you believe?
Which one prevents you from playing?
Injure.
Okay, so I
believe
believe
this.
he was hurt. You guys have your little jogging.
No, whoa. This is not us. This predates us. This has been around forever, hurt or injured.
Hurt means you can play, injured means you can't, right?
Everybody's hurt at that point in the season.
Hurt. I believe he was hurt, too.
Yes, you know who else was hurt? Jaylen Brown. You know who else was hurt? Everybody on that run. At that point in the year, you're hurt.
So I think that's another element. You kind of touched on something that...
Uh-oh. Did I set myself up?
No, not at all. I also think that Jaylen Brown's health is part of this, too. I think they worry the Celtics about Brown's knee, and I think he played a lot of games last year that maybe... Go back to, like, the Giannis trade talks. What was one of the things you heard? Well, Giannis is so much older. He's a year and 10 months older. Giannis is so much more injury. Like, in the 5-year period, the last 5 years, let's take this past year out, 25-26.
Okay.
Take that out, because Giannis only played like 35 games. Most of the games that he didn't play were because Milwaukee didn't want him to. They both dealt with injuries. Brown played in one more game in the previous 4 years combined than Giannis did.
Okay, so that is something that you believe that Milwaukee held him out because they didn't want.
That's fact. They filed a grievance about it.
Okay.
The players' union filed a grievance against them. That's not like something I believe. That happened. But even if you factor that season in, it's not that many more games that Giannis has missed than Jaylen Brown. Now,
I agree that
Beetle did Giannis hasn't been able to post in the postseason. So that's a big difference.
Beetle did a comprehensive breakdown on this, and the whole notion that Brown was somehow more reliable when it comes to injury than Giannis was a fallacy. When you look at the numbers and you bring up some of the things like you just did, Paul. And by the way, if you're talking about Brown for Giannis, I wouldn't have loved it because I think that the Tatum Brown thing could still work based on, I don't know, it did work 2 years ago, and that maybe you get some different players around them and you could figure out a way by, I don't know, managing the egos on your team to get them to play, which is a huge part of NBA coaching, just managing the thoughts and the mentalities of your players when you have the talent, and they had two extremely talented players, that you could still get that thing to work. Having said all that, I get Brown for Giannis. You bring in Giannis to replace him with him or Tatum, fine. I get it. I understand why you want that combination. That I'm okay with. What I'm not okay with is them just deciding, can't win with Jaylen Brown. Got to do what by any means necessary. Got to get him off this team. Well, what if it means trading him for Paul George and some picks we don't want and can't use?
I hate
to
the
Sixers. Yep, that it has to be done. We got to get him out of here. That I don't believe, I don't agree with, and I don't think even financially that you were so up against it that it had to be done. I don't believe it that more could have been done to give this thing at least one more shot up until the point where you had to extend him. Oh, he was eligible for an extension now. So what? He's under contract for another year. You deal with that when you have to.
Yeah.
Well, we're starting to get
100% agreement on
some answers. The whole, what was Shams reached a non-existent point in their relationship. Tim McMahon said something about the deterioration of the relationship between Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum.
I have Shams on that for a sec. If you want to listen to it, we'll just give it a quick.
I do think there's other factors to it. Of course, I think over the last year, I've said it on TV. I've hinted at on TV, but there were interesting team dynamics between Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. When Jason Tatum was coming back to the team, this was Jaylen Brown's team, and he made it clear that people knew it was his team, and Jason Tatum had to basically just slide in. But Jason Tatum has always been a man in Boston, right? And so there's that ebb and flow, that back and forth that goes on. For a lot of it, it's been competitive and healthy, but it is something that the Celtics knew was a thing.
So
that they're partially to blame for by making Brown the man at the start of the season.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of layers to this. Paul, you brought up some Bledsoe-Brady comparisons to this.
Yeah.
I actually think there's a little bit more Belichick-Brady to this. It's about successful relationship of two guys that don't really love each other, aren't chummy off the field, but on the field, on the court, it worked, and you proved it worked. Obviously only once for the Celtics, much longer successful run. and then respect and appreciation and why now. And you let Brady go over just 2 years and $50 million, and you gave Brown away for what? You didn't get a trade? And there is some argument to be made the relationship ran its course.
Yeah,
that you had just, and you wanted two guys, Brady was in the spotlight of Bill. And, you got Giselle telling Brady, like, they should appreciate you more and be nicer to you. I don't know who JB has in his inner circle, but I bet you there's somebody that says every day, you're just as good as Tatum. In fact, you carried his ass. Remember that shot you hit in Indiana? Remember this? Remember that? Oh, remember those trophies you got over there? I think there are some comparisons on a shorter, less successful run of Belichick-Brady in this whole breakup.
Yeah, and I just wanted to defend myself a little bit about the I was not comparing one of these guys as Brady. Like, there's no comparison between Brady and Bledsoe, their careers. Right. So I'm not saying like, oh, Tatum is Brady in this.
Maybe he is.
And Brown is Bledsoe. They are very. They might, as you said off air, they might both be Bledsoe. They might both be really good players.
That was off air.
But not. That's what I think you're right. I mean, I don't think that was.
You don't have to defend.
I'm not going to say all the other things you said off air.
You don't have to defend yourself about things that are said to you and about you off the air. You're very concerned with defending yourself.
I'm not.
You're very.
Stop.
You're
Stop.
No,
That's not what I did.
It's defensive.
I
is.
didn't.
Defensive.
If you misunderstand, like, I'm not putting one on a play. I'm just saying, when you used to say something good about Bledsoe, it was like you were taking a shot at Brady.
Right.
No, like, that's not what. Like, just someone could think something about Brown. It doesn't necessarily have to be an indictment about Tatum.
Paul, and that's why, just very quickly, Andy, that's why I was all on board with keeping them both together. I don't think I don't have to like take down Jason Tatum in order to show my support of Jaylen Brown. I think they're both fantastic players. I think there is a way to make them play more complementary basketball than what was explored just in these last two seasons. And I know the playoff exits were hugely disappointing, but it works because it worked 2 years ago. Yeah, only 2 years ago. You managed to make it work. Whether you had an easy path to the championship or not, it worked. And I believe it still could work. You're going to have to rethink the way you surround them. You're not going to have Drew Holiday here, and you're not going to have Porzingis, and you're not going to have a lot of that because of the way the team has to structure itself now due to salary. But the notion that these two couldn't win together anymore, to me, is preposterous. I've never been on board with that.
If I made you guys bet on one of these two guys to prove themselves in a certain sense, because in Belichick versus Brady, the proof was in the Lombardi Trophy, right?
Yeah.
Brady goes to Tampa, win the Belichick scuffles here. Which one of these guys is most likely to win a second NBA title?
Next year?
No, at all. Any little narrative or format or calendar?
How about if I was doing one of Hardy's reads for his various
Kalshi?
I would not want to put any money on either one of those guys winning another title.
Oh no, I'll tell you what. I would say right now, just seeing the landscape, I would pick Jaylen Brown.
You have to.
You would pick him right now, but maybe the more intriguing question might be, is it more likely that Jaylen Brown wins another Finals MVP or that Jason Tatum gets there one day and he's the final MVP?
I don't think Jason Tatum's ever getting there again, so I'll go Jaylen Brown.
I don't think either one of them have a chance.
I think Jaylen Brown's got a chance to win a title this year.
I think
you think he's obnoxious now. Wait till he goes and wins a title this year.
I think it's just as
I feel like Shaq.
I think it's more likely that Brown wins another title than Tatum, but I think it's more likely that if one of them is there, Tatum has the better chance of being MVP.
Yeah, because JB is going to do what he's done so often in Boston. He's going to get in where he fits in and allow the others to play their game. So he'll be an elite role player around Embiid and Maxey and Edgecombe. All he wants to do is win. He's a winner. He may be the smartest MFer in the room, but he just wants to win.
Team guy. Demand a trade by the deadline.
Team guy.
As he's number 3 on the hierarchy. Maybe 4, depending on Edgecombe's year.
And he's fine with that. It's all about the rings, baby.
Jason Tatum was on the Today Show.
Jaylen Brown. Glue guy.
I feel sarcasm.
On with I think Jenna Bush Hager, someone else like in the 9th hour of the Today Show, prime spot for Jason Tatum yesterday?
It's tough when, you're a professional athlete and everything we do is publicized and nitpicked. And it's been like that. We played together for 9 years. There was a period of our career where, we hadn't won a championship yet. But in retrospect, we were only 23 and 21 years old.
Yeah, you were kids.
So the expectations were so high, and so they just had to figure out a reason why we hadn't won yet. And they tried to.
Would you stop with the umming in the background? You're driving me nuts.
She's caring.
Expectations were so high, and so they just had to figure out a reason why we hadn't won yet. And they tried to pin us against each other and say that one guy shouldn't be here or whatnot. But the truth is, we had 9 amazing years together. We went to the finals twice. We won a championship. So I'll forever be grateful for those memories and the time that we spent together.
He does seem okay with it.
The BS Celtics, not the BS Patriots, the BS Celtics.
Do you believe that there was, and I believe this every time Belichick would say it, and I would believe it if Ainge said it, that no, Jason Tatum was not consulted on this trade. He's a player. We don't talk to players about other players. Do you believe Brad Stevens when he said they didn't talk to Jason Tatum about trading Jaylen Brown?
If that's true, they didn't have to talk to him. They knew how he felt.
Okay.
That's the way I look at it. I think it had to have something to do with it. Had to have.
Yeah.
I think that's a great way to answer.
That's probably a great out. We didn't talk to him because we didn't have to talk to him. I think Brad said something like, I never ask one player about another player or something. I don't put them in that position. But I would also argue, like you said, they've been together 9 years. You pretty much know by now. You spend 9 years with somebody or a pairing. 4 hours, we know how we feel about each other, right? Like in a show or a radio. So you would know immediately. But it wouldn't surprise me if he did actually consult with him because I think, as my buddy Jake Seymour said the other day here, Jason Tatum runs the Boston Celtics. He's got his boy as a coach. He's got his boy as a running mate. He's got his boy as the one guy left, right? Derek White. They tear down everything else. Derek White stays. Oh, what's he? Buddy with Jason Tatum. Certainly feels the scheme is Tatum's scheme. Maybe Missoula, but it's Tatum. Let's just shoot threes. It's all Tatum.
And coming off his worst season, too, as a Celtic anyway, Derek White.
Yeah.
So if there was a candidate to trim some salary, and I like Derek White. I'm not advocating that they should get rid of him, but if it's all about money, he makes a good amount of money.
Yeah.
Coming off for him, a down year.
But he's on Team Tatum, so he's safe.
Do you feel that this was a further endorsement of Joe Mazzulla? That maybe there's been some, I guess, analysis or some thoughts that this was the Celtics saying, we're all in on Joe Mazzulla and his brand of basketball more so than we are what Jaylen Brown's either style was or mentality when it comes to the game, that somehow they decided with Mazzulla on this as opposed to Jaylen Brown?
I mean, I think it's siding with Tatum, and Mazzulla is in the boat with Tatum. He's on Team Tatum. But I will tell you, he just lost he's next. Because people will start pointing fingers if there's underachievement. Well, now it's Tatum's underachievement because it's his team. There's no excuses there, not how they're working together or any of those questions from 10 years ago or 7 years ago or anything like that. And you can make a strong argument that the argument that Brad Stevens made the other day, that the path looks the same this year as it did the last 2 years, underachievement in the postseason, early exit against the Knicks, early exit this year. Well, early exits in the postseason usually cost coaches jobs, right?
Yeah.
So he's next. The next person to go at some point is Joe Mazzulla. It's not if, it's when he gets fired by the Boston Celtics.
Had they kept this duo together and they fell short of, I would say, we talked about this at the end of this last postseason, anything short of the conference finals or, as some people believe, another trip to the finals was going to spell the end for Joe Mazzulla. Or they were going to have to do a serious blow-up of this team. I think he got himself some time here with this. Well, you took away his second-best player. You traded him away. Now he needs some time to rebuild and see what we're going to do maybe with these draft. Not as far as 2033 when you get to use that, the second of those second-round picks or whatever that nonsense is. But it may be more than just another year because could you blame them if they don't make it to a conference final or make it back to the finals this next year with just Jason Tatum, Paul George, and friends?
Yeah, okay. So what would you say you'd be? I mean, it's early, but what would you expect from this iteration of the Celtics?
41 wins, play-in team. Yeah, maybe less than 41 wins, play-in. Why are you looking at me like that?
Then Missoula needs to go before the season's over.
I think there's a chance he's going to be on the hot seat this year.
If they're under 500, say, come 2027, at any point, he should go.
I would say
that's gross underachievement.
I would say a minimum of 45 wins, and they should still be a playoff
absolute base
team.
minimum is exactly what you would think. In 45, 50 wins, just like last year. If you overachieve and win 56, we built a statue to a guy. He's in Philly now.
We traded him. We built a statue on the way out the door.
No, I'm talking about the reaction to them. Their unbelievable overachievement. But if they win 41 games and they don't make the playoffs, Missoula's gone. He's not going to survive that. Now, if you mix in there, let's say you get like the 3 or 4 seed,
but it's still
the East is definitely better than it was. You guys even have to admit that.
Absolutely.
So let's say you get the 4 seed and win 48 games and get knocked out in the first round. Missoula might not go.
Exactly. More wiggle room based on this trade. All right. Email segment and the stack all on the way here on Toucher and Hardy with Andy Hart and Paul Perillo on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
A Trent Hardy on the Sports Hub.
You know, I got an idea for a bit. The email bit. We should do the email bit. It's a great idea. Let's do the email bit.
All right, the email segment is powered by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. If you've been hurt in a car or work accident, you got to get Glassman. And don't just send an email. You call all sevens, 617-777-7777, or visit gottagetglassman.com. You got something over there, Hart?
Just thought it was interesting. 7. Who's number 7 on the Boston Celtics?
Oh, see, it all comes back to this.
He needs to call a lawyer and get his team back.
Let's talk.
Did you see that dance? Sorry. Did you see that dance he was doing? This is one thing I didn't love. Did you see the dance down the hallway with the, I guess, Philly cheerleaders? And I'm assuming it wasn't AI. It looked so weird that at first I thought it was AI. Might as well have been a cat dancing down a hallway that I fall for on IG. But they were like singing and clapping, doing this JB thing, and he's just dancing down a line of cheerleaders in like a hallway.
I think that's the Jennifer Hudson show. Don't they do that? They like introduce people and they do this. Quirky
it was
thing.
very weird. I mean, I kind of liked it as a JB fan, but I was kind of like, what the hell is this? But yeah.
That was from like a couple months ago, too. I think he was on the Celtics when they did that, but the Sixers posted it just to kind of like show off.
Okay, because, I saw it on the Sixers social media feed.
Good job, Andy.
Okay.
Okay, no, but listen, I'm with Andy in that,
Of course you are, because it's 2-on-1.
No, you get to watch a lot of daytime television, Judge Mathis. I love Judge Mathis. He's so good. But yeah, there's always a dancing element on these daytime talk shows. Ellen, a lot of dancing going on Ellen.
See, I'm with Fred. I'm watching like Seinfeld in South Park.
ASMR videos?
No,
you don't do the ASMR.
Does he watch those?
Well, listens to them, watches them. Yes.
I tried to make some with my puppies the other day. I was feeding them cucumbers. I thought it was funny.
Were they making sounds that were pleasing?
Pleasing feels like it's setting me up for something I don't want to get into.
ASMR. It's all about the audio component.
Yeah, but cute pleasing.
Okay.
They're puppies eating cucumbers.
Do you know what ASMR is?
I think you're making it something that I didn't think it was. Does it have to be what you're making it?
Yeah.
You
said you tried to make an ASMR video.
I didn't know it had to be sexual.
It's not sexual. It's audio. Autonomous sensory meridian response.
Yeah.
A tingling or static-like sensation that typically begins on the scalp and moves down the neck, triggered by specific sounds. Oh, it does say or visuals.
Yeah.
But I don't think puppies eating cucumbers is going to be generate an ASMR.
Reaction. It was cute.
Okay.
It was fun. I like to watch pandas eat.
How old are your puppies?
Like 8 months and 10 months or something.
What kind of dogs?
Golden retriever, a white golden retriever, English something golden retriever, and a black lab.
And different litters, obviously, if they're 2 months apart.
And different litters because they're different types of dogs.
That too.
Gonna need you to listen.
That too. Why 2 puppies so close to each other? What do you think?
So we lost 2 dogs last summer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
To cancer. One old, one young. And we had planned this whole thing where we were going to have a staggered. Like we would always have 2 dogs, but there'd be a young and an old and a young and an old.
You'd have the auxiliary.
Well, young died, then old died. We had no puppies, and my wife was like, I want puppies, and I'll never do one again. I always want 2 dogs, so let's get it out of the way and do 2 puppies.
Have you heard the Nate Bargatze bit about that, about him wanting another dog?
No.
And how his wife is against it? She's like, you can't, 2 dogs, and Nate Bargatze says, and I understand her point because, you let 1 dog out, now I got to let 2 dogs out. Now there's 2 dogs out there running around. And when one comes in, here's another. Now we got all these dogs running all over. If you have 1 dog, I'm kind of with you.
Right.
Might as well have 2.
Might as well have 2. And if we're going to do the whole puppies are a pain in the butt training thing.
Get them out of diapers at the same time.
Boom. Right. Sort of like having twins, right? Let's move along.
Love that. All right, good. Let's continue before we get to the emails here. Joe is in the car. Has something on Joe Missoula. Yes, Joe. Joe.
Oh, Joe.
Joe.
Maybe that was Joe Mazzulla, and he heard me talking about him being on the hot seat.
Now it really is like a Patriots pregame show. Hardy can't get the callers to come.
How long are you going to let him go?
I'm going to let him.
Just let it play out.
6 minutes.
Joe! I don't think he's listening to us, is he?
I'm going to hang up on him. I have plenty of emails to get to here anyway. Are you familiar with Sarah from Everett?
Yeah.
Yeah. Frequent emailer to the show. Jennifer Hudson show, Andy. I can see why you throw pens, Hardy. Big head heart is tough.
He usually drops pens.
As in a tough listen. That's Sarah from Everett.
Oh.
Forget you, man.
Hardy, you are so short-sighted. Brad Stevens has a spotted middle school phenom that he's going to swoop up in 2033. Love this show. Interesting group. That is from Paul. Oh, Stevens has spotted a middle school phenom. Yes. I don't know if you were listening yesterday when we were talking, maybe it was 2 days ago with Bill Koch about the soccer players and when they were signed as a 6-year-old.
Harry Kane.
Harry Kane was signed as a 6-year-old, and then he was dropped by his.
When he was 9.
Wow, Paul's at P1. Or did you know this already?
No. That's a kind of a. I think it was Arsenal, right?
I did know this backstory on Kane, but
I know a little bit about like 3 guys.
Okay, signed as a 6-year-old, dropped as a 9-year-old, and had to like bounce around the leagues. But we were talking about why American players don't rise to the level of stardom and greatness that other players do around the world. It's like, well, American parents are less reluctant to give their children away at the age of 6 to soccer clubs to begin training with adults.
Cut it, 9.
Like 8 years before they reach puberty.
Go
out there and play. Yeah, go out there and play against those men.
Wasn't that similar to Hugo Gonzalez? Didn't he start with Real Madrid or something when he was like 12 or 13? He was part of their developmental practice squad roster or something. They grow up fast because they make them grow up fast.
Yeah.
It's like Russia.
Conspiracy theory for Paul. This is Mitch in New Bedford. No way Brady sliced his thumb on a helmet before the Super Bowl, because that's never happened before. Everyone just believed the Patriots. Was that the real story? Was it Giselle? It was Giselle, wasn't it?
No.
Again, that's
like you're talking about the injury he had before the Jacksonville AFC Championship game. He caught his hand, I believe, on Rex Burkhead.
Rex Burkhead, yes.
Going by, like they were doing like one of those mesh point things.
Yeah.
And I think it was like the webbing between his thumb.
Yeah, the whole thing ripped open.
Yeah.
And
I believe the story.
I believe there were pictures in one of the books.
I think we had some audio. I think some video. That in KSP that actually saw, like it happened at practice.
So only him and Bill Belichick downplayed that injury.
Yeah, Belichick definitely downplayed it.
It wasn't open heart surgery.
Exactly.
No, it was open thumb surgery.
Hardy, technically, only your siblings' spouses and your spouse's siblings qualify as in-laws. Thought I'd clarify. Best regards,
Say
Brian.
it again?
Only your siblings' spouses and your spouse's siblings qualify as in-laws.
I got confused.
So
do you want me to say it a third time?
Please
right?
don't.
I'm right.
Okay.
Yeah, this was a Hardy's right email.
Okay.
That's Paul dismissing your support.
No, I still call him my brother-in-law, but like
Your wife's sister's husband is not your brother-in-law.
okay, well that's what I go with.
It's your wife's brother-in-law.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah. Not your brother-in-law.
Okay.
Brother-in-law once removed?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I'm just trying to help you two.
Oh, we're not going to argue about it now because we already went toe-to-toe for 2 hours once. This was worse than the James White argument.
It must have been. Oh, God. By the way, Andy, big James Devlin fan, as I remember from back in the day. What's your thoughts on the upcoming season for the Patriots fullback situation?
I'm being told I'm going to really like, what's his name from Buffalo?
Reggie Gilliam.
I've been told, I think Giardi, after like the first day of some workout or something, came back and was like, oh, you're going to fall in love with Gilliam this season. Why are you rolling your eyes, Paul?
That was not necessarily for the air. We're not on TV. People couldn't see that.
We're on the YouTube.
See, it's out there.
Yeah, no,
Somebody was clipping it.
I tease Giardi about stuff like that all the time. Like when they're in shorts and he's like, oh.
I mean, I know they lost the the blocking tight end. But I was like, Vera Tucker, we're going to run the ball here. I, like Paul, big Stevenson fan. I thought we were maybe loading up for a little power running game with a fullback again. And we all know that when you follow the fullback, he takes you to the Super Bowl.
So in all seriousness, if we're going to take this, this question from a football perspective,
let it be written, let it be done.
I wonder what a guy like Reggie Gilliam might be able to do for Travion Henderson, who I think had some issues sort of following his blocks. And I think sometimes the fullback leads you to the promised land.
You mean sometimes like Sony Michel's postseason where all they did is say, see 46, where 46 goes, you go, and it'll gain you yards, and it'll lead us to a Super Bowl. I hadn't thought of that.
Not just a pretty face.
That's his best point in 4 hours and 39 minutes of radio. Travion Henderson
3 hours.
Couldn't 3 hours and 39 minutes. Math is hard.
Leave him alone.
But
he's on a roll.
Travion Henderson seems to struggle with his vision at times. Is that fair to say, Paul?
Yeah.
So if you simplify it and say basically follow the Pro Bowl caliber fullback in front of you, we know once he gets to the hole, he can hit it fast and be gone, and no one's catching him if he does that. That is a very optimistic upside opinion from Paul Perillo on the Patriots.
But it's interesting, especially for a runner like Henderson, where it's not the difference between like 1 yard and 3 yards. No. It's the difference between 0 and 20.
Right.
Yeah.
Or 70.
And that's what Henderson did for you last year. He had 4 touchdowns of 50 yards or more. I mean, what I think Vrabel is looking for by adding, as Andy said, a guy like Gilliam and Julian Hill, unfortunately, before he got hurt, is they want to be more consistent. They want to get more 6 and 8 yard runs and not just get the big plays. The big plays are great, but what happens when you don't get them? They want to be more consistent running the ball, and I think those are the moves that you make to try to do that.
Not to mention you draft a tackle in the first round who may or may not play. So if he doesn't play, where's he going to play? Well, jumbo packages.
That was going to be my next question. By the end of the season, who's playing left tackle for the Patriots?
I'm a Will Campbell guy.
I think it'll probably still be Will Campbell. I think they'll give him year 2, but I think the clock is ticking. If he doesn't show improvement and the rookie that they drafted does show that the ability to play, all bets are off.
And you have, I think, a sneaky, our hands were tied, so we got to do in the best interest of the football team. Elijah Vera Tucker, old guy, good guy, hurt guy, right? Mm-hmm. At left guard. If he gets hurt, and in conjunction with that, Will Campbell is struggling a little bit, and you go, well, we did draft this guy who was a left tackle in college. We're not moving Will Campbell because he can't play.
No,
we're moving him to help the football team, and now your left side is Will Campbell and Lomu.
Yeah, now probably Lomu would play left guard, but I could absolutely see if Campbell is struggling.
You package that right, and it's like, well, in the best interest of the football team, we save face. Will Campbell's a Pro Bowl guard.
That's their
Everybody's happy. Boom.
Yep.
Short arms, little hands, and play guard.
All right, let's come back and wrap this thing up with the stack here on Toucher and Hardy on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
It's time for The Stack on Toucher and
Malone.
So what's bad country music? George Strait?
The stuff that you I like George Strait is fine. But you like some of the new stuff, I bet.
Morgan Wallen?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like new, I like old. I span the, Johnny Cash.
All right. Johnny Cash, Willie Nelson.
Megan Maroney.
I don't know.
She was at the Garden 2 nights ago.
Chris Stapleton.
Love him.
Okay.
Saw he and George Strait in Philly last summer.
All right, I like Chris Stapleton. What about
Hardy?
No.
What are you going to say about Hardy?
I'm trying to think of who played with Kid Rock at Fenway, and I had to suffer through the first 10 minutes of their set. God, who played with him? I was just talking about this the other day, and they were doing a co-headlining tour, and they were taking turns who would go first from night to night. And Kid Rock went on first the night that we saw him at Fenway. Oh, Jason Aldean.
Oh, yeah.
You like Jason
Aldean?
Aldean?
Yeah.
He stinks. He's terrible.
Why?
So Kid Rock does his thing. This is probably, 10 years ago, maybe even more. And he finishes with American Badass, and there's the fireworks. I'm like, all right, whatever you think of Kid Rock, right? Politically, musically, whatever, that's a show.
Sure.
He just went out there and put on a show. And then Jason Aldean comes out, with his stupid hat and his oversized guitar, plinka, planka, plinka, planka. Like, wow, way to bring the crowd down. Like, even I'm not a snob. Even people that were there for Jason Aldean who watched the Kid Rock set were like, well, this sucks. This is boring compared to what we just watched.
Well, so we brought it up. I think George Strait has created some of that. George Strait just stands in the middle of the stage with a guitar and sings. And he's a legend.
But he had the songs to pull it off. Like
and
Willie Nelson has the songs to pull it off.
And others think you can do that. Well, you're not George Strait. You're not Willie Nelson. Like a guy like Garth Brooks knew, I need to put on a show. I need to be crazy, smashing guitars, swinging. And there's sort of two different worlds of... When I saw George Strait in Foxborough maybe 10 years ago now, 8 years ago, Tim McGraw is more the entertainer. Moving around, a little more energy, whatever. But I think there's a certain modern singer that thinks, I can just stand up like George Strait does. No, You're not George Strait.
But I ask you, I go down this road of pop culture because I want to know if Paul is excited about season 2 of Mobland returning. Are you familiar with Mobland, the Tom Hardy vehicle?
No, I'm not.
I want you to get into it.
I need to watch the first season of that?
You need to watch the first season of Mobland. Now, Paul and I recently texted back and forth about another television program, Widow's Bay. Are you familiar with Widow's Bay?
No.
Andy Hart.
No.
I did watch that.
Very much enjoyable.
What network? Service.
No one knows.
It's one of the. It's like another Nate podcast. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Just say it into my remote and it'll come on.
But here's the one thing I wanted to touch on with both of you. A recent study was conducted about the favorite film length. Americans want a certain length when it comes to films. Now, this Odyssey movie that is coming out is coming in at just under 3 hours.
Nope.
We talked about the reviews of it yesterday. Raves across the board. And Christopher Nolan, this is his in a body of work that already includes, epic masterpieces like, oh no, this is the one. This is the one that just hits on all cylinders. 2 hours and 52 minutes. What do you think, according to this most recent study, is the perfect film length for American moviegoers?
1 hour and 58 minutes.
2 hours. Yeah, I agree.
88 minutes
No.
is what attention spans have dwindled to now.
No.
When it comes
That's
to
too short.
movies.
That's like one of those movies that Adam Sandler makes that really could have been a skit or a half-hour show, but they said you need to make
That's
it a
an
movie.
SNL, that's an SNL movie.
Or I would argue,
Yeah, Night at the Roxbury.
I would argue should not have even been a show or a skit.
Yeah.
If you saw something
Hubie
that
Halloween.
I didn't hate it. I didn't
if
hate
you saw
it.
something that was good, Hardy, that was only an hour and a half, wouldn't you say, like, I wasn't done?
Probably. You didn't hate Hubie Halloween?
I didn't. It was cute. There are not a lot of Halloween movies. So
The look on Hardy's
I
face
also
was
like Adam Sandler. I also watch Grown Ups, and I know a lot of people poo-poo those.
Oh, you like Grown Ups 1 and 2?
Two's bad.
Yeah, 1 was better than 2.
You know
1
what
was a solid movie.
Here's what I appreciate about the Grown Ups movie is that the cast will stand around and laugh after a joke is told on screen because that lets you know as an audience member something funny was just said. And that's the sign of any good comedy, when they stand there and laugh at the funny parts.
Why so angry?
Because it sucks, and Sandler is capable of so much better, but he still makes these movies so he can pay his friends.
So which ones do you like?
I thought the gambling movie was outstanding. What the hell's the name of it?
Uncut Gems?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic movie.
Do you like his comedies?
And name a few for me.
Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison.
Those are both really good.
Yeah.
Legendary. Wedding Singer.
No.
You don't like The Wedding Singer?
No, I didn't care for it.
It's a solid movie.
Hey, I feel like we're at the Oscars and they're playing the music.
Does
we
feel
have to-
that way.
We have to go. I do want to say we lost a giant in our business a couple of nights ago in Dan Ventura, who is one of my very best friends in the business. I love the guy to death. Lost a battle with cancer at the age of 66. Leaves behind his wife, Carla, who we all love too, and we're thinking of. But this is a guy who covered high school sports for 35 years or so. And I've been at a million games. Andy's been at a million games. Our kids played a lot of high school sports. You can't find anybody that, A, doesn't know Danny V, and B, doesn't have a wonderful thing to say about him. I used to be places with my old coach in Everett, who I've known since I was about 8 years old. John DiBiase, he now coaches Catholic Memorial, okay? He was the old Everett High School football coach. He goes all the way back to when I was in high school. I had him as a teacher. So I know this guy my whole life. When I'm someplace with Danny, Dib doesn't have any interest in talking to me. He's talking to Danny.
Yeah.
He did it right. He did everything right. He was such a mentor to so many different writers. He was always accommodating with all the coaches, the players, because that was the important part, was making sure it was done right for all of the kids that he was covering. You won't find another guy like this. He's a truly special individual, and I hope that if you knew him, obviously you know what I'm talking about, and if you didn't, just know we lost a titan in the industry. And I'm really, really bummed out about it. I mean, this was just a legend. Danny Ventura.
Well said, Paul.
Thank you.
Said. I will be back here tomorrow. Fred will be back. Andy, Paul, great time today. Thank you very much.
It was fun.
I
Appreciate
can't wait to do it again.
And you
All
didn't
right.
walk out.
All right. Well, you got to go. We'll talk
We'll
to you.
try harder next time.
We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
Talk.